They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation. Now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on the jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Squatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living the life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. Oh. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else. I had to set them straight. Yeah, I had to ball, so I had to renovate. I know they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate.
Yeah. What up, though? ATP, what's good? Salute, Teach. Yeah, wifey in the building, killing the chat right now. Shout out to wifey in the building. Yeah, man, countdown. We bout there. You know this week what it is. It's fight week. It's fight week. And we've been talking about fight week all week long. Beating the dead horse. One of the biggest cards of the year, man. One of the biggest cards the United States has ever seen. I don't know. Definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest card I've ever seen. And I'm anticipating fireworks. I'm anticipating just great boxing. And we're coming off a final press conference where all the fighters finally got to come together, say their last piece. Tomorrow is the weigh-ins. Hopefully everybody does their job and, carries themselves professionally, makes the weight, and we have some great fights going on the card. And tonight we'll be going over those fights one last time, just a little bit. I saw a lot of things in this press conference, as I've been saying since the beginning. Jared Anderson and Jarrell Big Baby Miller, and Jared Anderson's fight, first of all, in my opinion, going to be a fight to keep your eye on. I keep telling you guys. Remember I told you this. But besides that, Jared Anderson and Jarrell Big Baby Miller, the big babies getting into it on the stage. Jarrell letting it be known that there's no smoke, that nobody wants with him, and he ducks no smoke. Jared Anderson, looks like he was trying to stay focused on his business, but at the same time letting it be known that, listen, I never heard of you. We can do whatever we got to get done. So a lot of people are anticipating these guys meeting up with each other as long as they can do their jobs. Jarrell Miller said, listen, I don't care if you lose against Bakole. We can still get it in. Salute Mr. Big Play Bray in the building. Salute to Mr. Big Play Bray. Yeah, man, those guys were getting at each other on the stage today. I thought it was entertaining, interesting to see these guys get at each other. No love lost between those two gentlemen. Let's see what they do in their fights, and let's see if make sure that Jarrell, especially Jarrell Miller, who looked like he was getting a little into the emotional. He was invested a little bit in the Jared Anderson issue. He has to focus on who's in front of him tonight, and Andy Ruiz, right? That's who's going to be in front of him Saturday night. That's who he needs to be paying attention to. But look, man, when there's issues, men going to handle their business, right? They're going to get to the business of whatever the issue is. It's going to be harder to sit there, keep your mouth quiet, act like it don't matter when it does matter. We all know for a long time now that Big Baby Miller and Big Baby Anderson have been bumping heads over that damn name, right? And everybody on the low been wondering if that fight was ever going to come to fruition, especially with Jarrell Miller's issues with popping on his his PD tests and things of that nature. Jared Anderson on his trajectory, trying to head up to be a top heavyweight, and is acknowledged as one of the top heavyweights in America right now, if not the top heavyweight in America right now. So he may feel like he's, looking down right now at Jarrell Miller, maybe not want to entertain that fight, but we'll see how that comes along. But like I told you guys, Martin Bakole, Jared Anderson, you guys saw the face-off. If you didn't see it, you need to catch it. I'm telling you guys, I see a lot of issues. I see a lot of adversity. I'll say that. A lot of adversity going to come up in that fight. This is Jared Anderson's first heavyweight fight, in my opinion. I don't care what nobody says. He's shown a lot of he's got a lot of talent. He's shown a high skill set to a degree. I mean, he does get hit, though. He's very athletic. But you're talking about a real heavyweight here, Martin Bakole, who has a lot of bad intentions in both hands, got a very straight jab, has a lot of experience sparring a lot of these great heavyweights in the division. Like, he sparred a lot of them. He's an underground kept secret, Martin Bakole. A lot of guys don't want to fight him. He's a high risk, low reward guy, man. The real big baby, please stand up. We're gonna have to find out, right, Play? Mr. Big Play, Bray, we're going to have to find out who the real big baby is. Well, they both get to prove it that night to a degree, but ultimately the final judgment is going to be on them facing each other. So we'll see what happens. But both those guys have tall task in front of them, and Jared Anderson in particular having a very tall task in front of him. I wonder what's going through his mind, how he looks at it, because you have to see the difference. If you watch the guy's tapes, you see the difference in skill set. Standing in front of him, he's a pretty impressive, large gentleman. Pause, right? And he has the ability to neutralize a lot of what I believe Jared Anderson takes advantage of on a lot of fighters that he fights with. And that's just lack of athleticism, right? Them not being able to keep him off him. These fights styles make fights. And Martin Bakole, a tall, long arms, tall, powerful boxer. Let's see what he's able to do with Jared Anderson. Let's see who's able to make his mark, and whose time it's going to be. Turkey's trying to give Jared Anderson an opportunity to show and prove. He's invested time into him. He's hooked him up with Sugar Hill. He's made him an ambassador of Riyadh season. So he's invested some time, and he's invested some faith in Jared Anderson. But we'll see what happens when it comes to that. And then you got Isaac Cruz and Rayo Valenzuela, right? They had their last bit of a face-off, both of them looking healthy and good to go. But you can't help but acknowledge the size difference. I mean, when you're talking about Isaac Cruz, you're talking about somebody sitting there like, 5'3", 5'2". I don't know how tall he is, a short guy. We know that. We know he's a short guy, right? And when he gets in front of people 9 out of 10 times, he's going to be the short guy, and the other guy's going to have that advantage. But in this fight in particular, with Rayo Valenzuela, Rayo has some power in his hands, and he has Robert Garcia working in his corner. So that team effort could present some issues for Isaac Cruz. I'm still leaning towards Isaac to a degree right now at this moment. I can see Rayo Valenzuela, though, upsetting Isaac Cruz. It's going to be interesting to see how Rayo is going to be able to take advantage of the attributes that they have. And he's called it. He said it. I'm taller. I've got longer arms. It seems like he completely plans on taking advantage of what he brings into that ring. I'm sure Robert Garcia has him trained, and they understand how dangerous this guy Isaac can be inside in that mid-range or up close with the Rayo Valenzuela. They know what that can end up being. So I'm sure they're going to try to take advantage of that. I'm going to be looking to see how Rayo Valenzuela is able to control that and establish that distance, and see if he can keep him at bay, win rounds, and then ultimately maybe get him a little desperate in the middle to late rounds and walk him into something pretty bad, right? Walk him to something pretty bad. And Isaac Cruz obviously is going to be trying to cut the space. He's going to be trying to get inside and try to land those those hooks to the body and hooks to the head. And he has pretty decent defense as well. Rayo's going to have to figure that Rubik's Cube out, how to get through that defense and be effective with his powers. And at the same time, don't blow your load. Pause, right? Don't blow your load. Don't throw everything you got, over committing into a lot of melees that'll have you A, tired, and B, also susceptible to getting some real nasty feedbacks. And then, seeing David Morrell was pretty humble up there, right? Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me rewind that. I don't even know if I saw David Morrell on the stage today. I might have missed him on the stage today. I'm not too sure if I saw him, and I don't know if I saw him speaking on the stage. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, right? I don't know. And then we get into the Andy Cruz, the prospect who everybody feels like is on the same trajectory as a Vasily Lomachenko, right? That's what they want to treat him like. They want to get him through these prospect fights, get him into these 10-round fights, and they want Eddie Hearn has plans on getting Andy Cruz involved in championship fights. He wants that boy to be up in there dealing with some title shots early 2025. That's what he wants next year to be for Andy Cruz. This is going to be his first 10-round big challenge, I think, and Antonio Moran, or not his first, but the next step up from the competition he's been fighting with. Antonio Moran is a veteran, older, kind of been there, but we'll see what Andy Cruz is able to do with that. Coming in there with Bozienis, let's see what he's able to do, if he's able to sit on those punches and actually translate some power and get a stoppage in that fight as well. So we'll see all that happening. But what's on the big news today? What's on the big news today? What do we really need to be talking about, guys? What do we really need to be talking about? I mean, although all these events is going through, and I mean, Terrence Crawford, Israel Madrimov, which I think his name, by the way, is Ishmael Madrimov. I don't know what you guys have been hearing. I've been hearing the man call himself Ishmael. Now I know it's people been spelling it Israel, and people been saying Israel, but every time Israel Madrimov speaks and says his name, he calls himself Ishmael. Maybe the R sounds like an M in Uzbekistan. Somebody will let me know. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, but whatever the case may be, young, full of determination, motivated, humble beginnings, disciplined, right? Eastern European boxer. We've been talking about these Eastern European boxers all year long, really last year to this year, from Lomachenko to Usyk to Bakachuk, to Dennis Berinchyk. These Eastern Europeans have been leaving their mark in boxing, really storming boxing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Chris Brooks. Salute. Really storming the boxing scene. And now you have Terrence Crawford stepping up, going to 154, looking to cement more accolades on his legacy and become a champion at 154. I mean, look, the fight is here. Terrence Crawford says he feels strong. Israel Madrimov, we know, is strong. We understand the openings that Israel Madrimov leaves out there at times, that he leaps in for shots. He likes to go for it. But at the same time, sometimes that's what it takes. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, do we expect Ishmael Madrimov to outbox Terrence Crawford, to really out technically outwit him? Or is his best chance really pushing the pace, being offensive? I mean, be defensively responsible, but at the same time, whatever got you to the big show, don't leave it in the back room. Like Saturday night's going to be the biggest fight of Ishmael Madrimov's career right now, up to this date right now, and the biggest challenge. Really, a lot of people, or most people, are counting him out. They're giving Terrence Crawford 70-30 odds on this fight. Salute to Jake Cash, the money man. What's good, family? What's good with you, family? Yeah, definitely hit the like button on the way in. So what are we expecting? What is Ishmael going to do? You know what I mean? I mean, you got somebody coming up to your weight division. If this is your weight division, this is where Israel Madrimov has been his whole entire career. This is naturally his weight division. He's powerful here. He should know that he is the stronger guy. He is the bigger guy. He should feel that way. Is he going to carry it out that way against Terrence Crawford, who in his last fight, we saw him again against Errol Spence? And let's be honest, a lot of people were sleeping on Terrence Crawford's strength, right? People were like, oh, Errol's going to be the stronger guy. How's he going to deal with the power come from Errol? And he showed and proved that not only was he able to deal with the power, but he was actually the stronger guy in the ring that night. Now, a lot of people are going to want to give credit to Terrence, but at the same time, they're going to want to take credit away from Terrence, and they're going to want to speak on Errol's conditioning in that fight, that maybe he wasn't in the best shape of his life. Maybe he had some maybe he was depleted a little bit. Maybe he was dealing with some mountain flus or injuries that he had in the camp. And there's so many different excuses to say that wasn't 100% Errol Spence. Well, this fight right here should remove all doubt. Terrence Crawford is definitely going in against somebody who hasn't been in a car accident, who hasn't been dealing with bad weight cuts, naturally strong in that division. Stopping power is there. Boxing amateur career is there. IQ is there. This is going to be a big fight that separates Terrence Crawford from a lot of other fighters. If you've ever needed anything to help separate him. Me personally, I just think he's a pound for pound, one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world, arguably the pound for pound best fighter in the world. But this fight removes all doubt. right? Ismail Madrimov gets to go ahead and make a statement and actually show he's the best. Honestly, I think if he wins this fight, Ismail Madrimov is the best 154-pounder. Y'all let me know what you think in the chat if I'm tripping. If he beats Terrence Crawford, he's officially the best 154-pounder in the division. That's going to be a challenge. That's what I think most people are going to perceive him to be if he's able to pull this off. And then you have Terrence Crawford, right? Let's see. Let me read here. I'm missing some. Bud looks big. Wonder what his walk-around weight is. I know, right, Chris? He looks like he's been working out, and naturally he's just filled in properly. He doesn't look too big, but 100%, in my opinion, I gotta say it. He looks just as big, if not bigger, than Ismail Madrimov. Like, I know when you get a picture of Ismail Madrimov and you see him training, he looks big. But when they get to standing in front of each other, there's really not that much of a size difference. And if there's any advantage there, you have to acknowledge Terrence Crawford's arm reach. You gotta acknowledge his height, right? And he stopped his last 11? His last 11 opponents. He stopped them. And he's not fought like little dudes, right? He's not somebody who's been weight bullying and fighting guys and beating little guys up. He's been dealing with people who arguably were bigger than him. And, Sean Porter, right? Kell Brooks, decent size on Kell Brooks. Think about it. Kell Brooks for a Triple G. Kell Brooks is not a small guy. Stopped Amir Khan, made Amir Khan quit. Errol Spence, obviously. I mean, he's had the caliber of competition that has, in my opinion, proven himself to be a strong adversary. And then you saw the way he was manhandling Errol Spence, respectfully, manhandling Errol Spence in that last fight. And he looks big now, and he looks healthy. He looks like he's in great condition. He doesn't look like, he's gotten too big too quick, and he's going to have to, pull this weight all around the ring. It's going to be interesting to see how Terrence comes out. You guys got to remember, in that last fight that he had Errol Spence, a lot of people were wondering how he was going to come out. And Terrence Crawford was known for giving up early rounds just to process data, right? But in the Errol Spence fight, he started from round one, came out southpaw, threw everybody off a little bit the way he came out, and held that southpaw, was able to dominate Errol Spence, and understood that he had to start winning early. He didn't want Errol Spence to let his game plan manifest and develop and get his timing down and start to land shots on him. He knew he wanted Errol Spence to be on his back foot as much as possible. He didn't want to give up real estate. So in this fight with Ismail Madrimov, is Terrence Crawford going to be on his back foot all night, trying to stay away from the power of Ismail Madrimov, trying to survive almost 12 rounds and concede the size difference in that match, right? Is he going to concede that size difference and say, listen, this Madrimov is the bigger guy. Madrimov is the bigger guy. I'm the smaller guy. I need to respect it. I need to fight like the smaller guy. Or is he going to fight tall and proud, and he's going to take real estate like he did against Errol Spence and maybe try to put Madrimov on his back foot a little bit? Have Madrimov kind of trying to figure out, like, damn, this guy's coming at me and he's touching me. I need to start backing up a little bit. I need to get away from his power. Is he going to be able to get that respect from Madrimov as well, right? Hit him with shots that make him respect him and make him start to want to get out the way. We got to see how Terrence is planning on approaching this. After all, we saw how he did with Errol Spence. I think this fight right here, in my opinion, is probably going to go somewhere in that direction as far as mentality-wise. Terrence Crawford has no reason, in my opinion, to believe that he's a smaller guy and be, frail or humble in front of Ismail Madrimov to the point to where he's on his back foot all night running from this guy, right? We're going to find out. Chris Book says he thinks he's running around about 165, 170. I can see that. Jay Cash, the Money Man, says Bud looks slightly bigger. That's what I'm saying, Jay Cash. We got to keep it 100. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like the smaller guy in that ring. Now, listen, it's one thing to look like you're bigger, but it's kind of like Canelo Alvarez, right? When he fought against Jermell Charlo, right? Everybody said, listen, when you look at them standing in front of each other, like, Jermell's not that much smaller than Canelo. He's actually just as big as Canelo. But look, we have to acknowledge that when Canelo's sitting there at 168, fighting there and staying there and fighting all those fighters there, that his body fills in that bone density, right? He fills in and he wears that 168-pound weight class better than a Jermell Charlo who was coming from 154, than a Jermell Charlo that was coming from 154, right? So Terrence Crawford coming up from 147, coming up to 154 at the end of the day, he has to acclimate. He has to acclimate to the weight class. It's just 7 pounds, but at the same time, I wouldn't be shocked if he took his time a little bit just to go ahead and, acclimate in that first and second round. But ultimately, is the game plan going to be to fight small, or is he going to fight tall? Right? Is he going to fight tall? Salute. Eddie says his punches are hard and can hurt Terrence. No doubt. Oh, Ray Davis in the building. Salute. Ray Davis in the building.
What's up, man? I'm trying to surprise you with stuff, but you be too quick for me. You be too quick for me, man. You be too quick.
Yeah.
Here comes the surprise now.
Between Terrence and Ishmael talking about this fight. Chris Book says, hey, just wait until they both rehydrated. Yeah, I mean, look, Chris, I agree with you. We got to see what they look like when they're rehydrated. I think it's safe to say that Ishmael Madrimov is going to be the person as far as that rehydration is concerned, as far as that weight. He's been wearing it his whole entire professional career. He's not going to have a problem with that. They're probably going to be looking to see, let's see how Bud rehydrates. Let's see how he looks. I'm thinking he's going to look great. I'm be honest with you. I think he's going to be comfortable. He hasn't had to do no hard weight cuts. He's been able to focus on his boxing more in this training camp instead of going on some strict, crazy diets and maintain himself. I expect him to be in there looking ready to go and being ready to go. What's good, Ray Davis? How's your day?
Man, I've been listening. I'm always listening.
How's your day going?
Always listening. The boys always listening to Claymore Rain, dropping that knowledge on the crowd. You know what I mean? You like Rakim, bro. Don't lose him though.
Yeah.
Move. Don't lose him. Just move. Yeah, man. I'm saying exactly what you're saying. I actually don't even know what my thing is. I got to go downstairs, grab something, but I'm gonna hold off.
Hood Rich, yo, salute Hood Rich in the building.
Yes, sir.
People in the building. Salute Hood Rich. Salute. Chris Book says Crawford definitely lives a boxer's life, sleep and repeat. We got to be honest. That's going to be also a key to this. But listen, he's in front of somebody who's moving with that same energy. He's in front of somebody in Israel Madrimov who's eating right, sleeping right, dedicated to his boxing. He's not playing no games with this sport. He's being very passionate about what it is. So this guy has everything to gain and nothing to lose in this fight. Right, he's a professional fighter with 10 wins and 7 knockouts, a draw, and for all argument's sake, if he was to lose this fight, it's not going to be the end of his career. He's young. Everybody knows that he doesn't have that professional experience, which I also think is going to play a role in this fight as well. But he has everything to go for. He has nothing to protect as much as let his hands go and go for it. You know what I mean? Put his best foot forward. Right. You know what I mean? So we got to see how that's going to go. This fight not going 12, no doubt. 2 cents back in the building. We got it.
Which 2 cents we got there?
We got the 2 cents for fight words with Ben. You know what I'm saying? Right. Salute, 2 cents. Yeah, man. So definitely Hood Rich. That fight, I'm telling you guys, the Jared Anderson Martin Bakole fight. The more I look at this fight, the more I look at Martin Bakole's highlights in his old fights. Even I watched that fight twice already with him and Michael Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, that man had an injury. He was in that fight. He was in that fight with Mike Hunter, bro. He was up in there giving it just as bad as he was getting it. Like, it was no, like, you know what I'm saying? He had Mike Hunter stumbling around the ring a couple of times, all types, no doubt, all types of situations. Martin Bakole is nothing to play with. Bakole, exactly, Hood Rich, no joke. And I think people are maybe sleeping because they just don't know this guy, right? But he's high risk, low reward. High risk, low reward, man. No belts to give you, no accolades to give you, right? If you beat him, so what? If he beats you, you lose so much. And he's such a puncher, disciplined, sticks behind that jab, long arms, understands how to control that distance and establish that and force somebody like Jared Anderson, who's shorter than him, probably has a shorter arm reach, force him to figure ways out to cut that ring to get inside of him. And also, once he gets inside of that jab, really has a right hand that's going to meet him right there at the door and say, hello, salute, welcome to the party. This is a big fight, man. For Jared Anderson, huge fight. What's going on here? Let's see here. What up, fellas? Salute Big Dre in the building. Well, your family. Hope everything has been well, man. Salute to you, brother. Andrew Charles said Ruiz losing is more likely that Anderson is, I think. Yeah, I agree with you. And I got to go back to what my boy said when Fonz came up here and said, that fight has the ability to be a sloppy fight. It can be a messy looking fight. I don't anticipate it to look that way. Andy Ruiz is going against a Jarrell Miller who's in great shape, focused, in a good space too. Looks like mentally he's in a good space. My man came dressed in his Islamic robe today. Passed on his assalamu alaikums to the whole entire audience. Focused, made the right moves, made adjustments in his camp to show how committed he is to the sport. Took his camp from out of New York, brought it over into Philadelphia, went to Bozie's gym. He also kept it 100 and said, listen, man, he still has his trainer that he's still working with, but he got that work in Bozie's gym, cut like 45 to 50 pounds. This is a motivated Jarrell Miller. And Andy Ruiz, this is a guy who thinks that God blessed him with being being fat, right? That's what he thinks. So although it's got him this far. He's only lost, 2 fights? I don't know what his record is. It should be 2 fights. He's 3 fights, right? He lost against Joseph Parker. He lost against Anthony Joshua. And he lost against, no, that's it, right? I'm sorry, 2 fights that he lost. He only lost to Joshua and Joseph Parker, right? If I'm correct.
Yep.
Right? So this kid's, heavy and everything, been able to get this far in the game. You know what I mean? Had some good victories. I think his last fight was against Luis Ortiz. Pulled out a good victory there. He knows how to carry that weight, right? But he has to come motivated, and he has to come with his head in the right space because Jarrell Miller looks like he's super game. That could be an upset. But I still believe that the Martin Bakole Jared Anderson fight is where the bigger upset is at, because at the end of the day, although Andy Ruiz is taking his last opportunity, he's kind of already made his mark. He became a unified champion by beating Anthony Joshua, even though it was a short-lived victory. At the end of the day, he's done that. Jared Anderson, this right here is going to make or break him potentially. And listen, I know he's young. I understand that he's a young fighter and that he has his whole career ahead of him. But listen, a lot of energy's been put and a lot of propaganda and hype has been put behind this kid. And everybody's been kind of talking about him in his last 3 to 5 fights, just watching him kind of digress to a degree, not fighting as well as you'd expect him to. He's not developing as well as you'd expect him to. And people want to say it's because of the matchmaking. He's been able to walk away with victories fighting the way he has. Nobody's motivating him or giving him any issues for him to change. Well, this fighter right here, Martin Bakole, if he's smart, he's made some adjustments in his camp. One of the big adjustments, obviously, was bringing in Sugar Hill. Now, the other adjustment that I think that is the main adjustment that he needs to make, in my opinion, is right here. Has he made the adjustment right here? Has Jared Anderson made the adjustment mentally on where he needs to be able to compete at this high level? We'll find out on Saturday night. Let's read here. Let's see here. Chris Book says, question, is this a better fight for Crawford than fighting Danny Garcia, who's at 154, excluding the title just as a competition? Yes, I believe that. I believe Madrimov is more competitive and more of a threat than Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia hasn't been active, right? He hasn't fought in about, when was the last fight he fought? He fought against, what's my guy's name? Jose Benavidez, right? He fought against Jose Benavidez. Shout out to Jose Benavidez, but not the same Jose Benavidez that used to fight at 147, right? Not that same Jose Benavidez. Shot in his leg, took an L from Terrence Crawford. I mean, he's there. He's a dog. He's not a pushover. But that was his last fight. When was that fight? I don't know if check out BoxRec real quick.
But Bud, right?
No, his last fight before
Jose Benavidez?
Before Danny Garcia. Who did Jose Benavidez fight? Who did Danny Garcia? Hold on a second. First, when did Danny Garcia last fight? What was the actual date?
He fought
Jose Benavidez, but
yeah, I'm checking. Before that? Wow, I don't even know, bro. I think he fought
let's see here.
Danny Garcia fought you move real quick on me.
Let's see here. He fought Jose Benavidez, and he fought Errol Spence Jr. That was a fight.
I thought it was Errol Spence, but
yeah, he fought Errol Spence. So let me see here. That was December of 2020. He fought Errol Spence, and on July of 2022 is when he fought Jose Benavidez. We're in August of 2024. So yeah, he's fought a little over 2 years ago against Jose Benavidez. Went to a decision. Got you guys remember the tears, him dealing with mental health, and he had a long journey. You know what I'm saying? And in between that, didn't fight 2 years till before that. Didn't fight. Fought Errol Spence 2 years before that fight, right? So, yeah, Danny Garcia. Yeah, I don't think I definitely look at Israel Madrimov as a bigger challenge for Terrence Crawford than Danny Garcia right now. Right now, I think that's why I have to go with it. Let me see here. I got like two different computers running at the same damn time here. Ruiz losing is more likely than Anderson. What up, fellas? I think. Hoodrich said only know him in overseas. He's a monster, and I think Jared might have fucked up on the fight from his competition. But hey, yeah, Hoodrich. I mean, listen, it's barbecue mildew, and I keep telling guys one thing about Turki Al-Sheikh: he's gonna show love. He's gonna pay out the money. He's going to give fighters their biggest paydays. But what he's not going to do is he's not going to match make you and give you lay down fights. The fights are going to be super competitive. And, honestly, Jared Anderson got a real monster in front of him right now. We're going to find out. Ruiz, you got Ruiz stopping him? All right, Andy Ruiz. Let me see. 2 Cents says, I didn't realize Mr. Bozy was training Big Baby Miller. Right. 2 Cents, right? That's a big adjustment. Him going out there to Philly and seeing that sparring out there and getting that work from Bozy Ennis is going to be a big factor in this fight. People might not be talking about that enough, about when Bozy steps in there, he's effective. You see his presence. You look at how he did with Andy Cruz. You see Bozy's training in Andy Cruz's style. You see the influence. So I wouldn't be shocked to see. And listen, for whatever it's worth, Jaron Ennis says he thinks Jarrell's going to be exceptional. He thinks you guys are going to be very surprised at what you see from him. So let's see. He's in great condition. Let's see. Andrew Charles says, I like Andy, but I have my doubts about the shape he's coming in for this fight. You got to, Andrew Charles. You're not alone, man. You'd be crazy not to wonder what he's coming in and what he's going to look like, right? You'd be crazy not to take that into consideration. Let's see. Chris Brooks said questions. Okay, I answered that already. 2 Cents said he lost to Dubois. Yeah, but you know what? 2 Cents, he lost to Dubois, but at the same time, we know he came in that fight north of 330 pounds, right? He was out of shape. Conditioning was out the window, and he was competing with Daniel Dubois throughout the fight. He lasted all the way to the end, and finally, his conditioning really is probably more to get. You got to give that more credit than anything about him getting stopped, because he really was just sitting up in there taking a lot of shots towards those last 2 or 3 rounds. This fight, that's not supposed to be an issue. This fight here today, we're supposed to see an in-shape Jarrell Big Baby Miller. So let's see if he's able to show improve. Hoodrich says if Ruiz don't have the hunger no more, it's over. That part too. Andrew Charles says, I like Anderson. I like that he doesn't care what anybody thinks. I think he's got this one. All right, Andrew. That's fair. That's fair, Andrew. That's fair. You know what I mean? That's fair. My question is he being 100 about it? Is that how he really feels? Does he really not care what anybody thinks? Or is he putting on this facade to act, to sell himself as somebody who doesn't care? Being animated with the sunglasses, always smiling. He got the teeth white, the jewelry. I mean, if he's being true to himself, then yeah. But if he cares, and look, somebody who cries about pressure on him cares. Somebody who talks about he didn't ask for this, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't, this is not what he wanted, everybody putting the pressure on him. It could throw some, it's reasonable to have some questions about where he's at mentally. It's going to play a big factor in this fight. We'll see what he does with it. All right. Right. 2 Cents, heavy as hell. He was heavy as hell. K Cash and Money, man. I think Jarrell Killed going to look good in this fight against Ruiz. No doubt, J Cash. No doubt. Ray Davis gifting out 5 memberships to the audience. Salute, Ray Davis. 2 cents. I talked to a big Andy guy from his gym. He picked Miller. You see 2 cents. You see, I don't know, man. We got to see what Andy Cruz shows up. Jarrell Miller is going to be applying pressure. He's not going to be fighting off his back foot. He's going to be walking Andy Ruiz down. Andy Ruiz, this is a great fight matchup for him if he wants to showcase, let his hands go and do things. Miller going to be right there for that. But at the same time, if you're not able to deal with that, it could be a short night or bad night for you, right? We'll see what happens. You're back. Ray?
Oh, I was here. I was here the whole time. My bad. I was behind the scenes trying to do something. Things weren't cooperating. So
okay. No doubt. So,
but
what's your mindset on the event? Because we also need to talk about a little bit about the Shakur and this whole entire. I got my opinion on that. I'm actually going to really state my state. We'll speak on it, but on the card, let's keep it on this card right now.
Right. So, you want me to start from the beginning? You want me to start where you at?
Well, I kind of already went through the card. I already did my spiel. You know what I mean? I've been kind of.
Yeah, I got you. All right. I'm just saying. I just didn't know if you wanted me to run through it too, but it's cool. All right.
Yeah, run through it. Whatever you want to do.
No. We'll just leave it with Bakole and Anderson. I think, like I said, I think Anderson does not show fear to this guy, bro. I think he believes in his heart that he can beat him. We're going to find out until when he gets punched in the face. That's when we'll find out where his heart is. I think Anderson, like I said, I think Anderson can apply some lethal pressure with his hands, like with the jab, as long as he's moving laterally in boxing, but not taking too much damage. Right. Coley is a guy that can mentally break you down, wear you down, and make you feel like you have 1,000 pounds on your chest because he continues to punch hard. He punches hard with his jabs, and he leans into every punch, and they're all solid punches. He's a big 300-pound monster, bro. I don't know if he's 300, but he's definitely a monster, and he's got to be like 6'8", 6'7". So that's all, and he's a heavyweight. Like he's real.
How tall is he for real? I think he's more like 6'5", 6'4", but let me see.
But Jared Anderson's 6'4".
He's 6'4", so this guy's gotta be like 6'6", 6.
Yeah, so I think he can definitely. I think Jared Anderson though can utilize some of his he can utilize his footwork and his jab to try to create and multiple jabs, not just
6'6".
Yeah, not just a jab like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jab you and stay away. No, he needs to hit combos with his jab. Like he needs to set it up with combos. Then get out. He's gonna take punishment, but he has to absorb that punishment. The best thing he can do is parry the jab or parry the punches that's coming in from
Martin from Bakole.
Bakole, thank you. And if he can parry him right and he can slip him, he can end up winning this fight on points. He's not gonna knock him out though. And if he does knock him out, I'll eat my words. I promise you. I don't have no problem taking Crow. You know what I mean? Steering the pot a little bit too, Clay. You know what I mean? I don't mind. But at the end of the day, Bakole's a dangerous fighter. He does have opportunity. He's probably going to be the favorite. Even if he's not the favorite, he should be the favorite because of his track record, bro. He's a dangerous fighter. Yeah.
I think boxing fans, hardcore boxing fans, are going to have him as a favorite. But I mean, let me take a look at
the Vegas odds.
The Vegas odds. But I bet you they got Jared ahead because it's super casual. It's super casual. They're gonna put him ahead. They're not gonna.
I'm betting on Bakole, even though I think Jared's gonna win.
Yeah, Bakole is coming in with the experience as well. He's the experienced guy in this fight. He's the guy who's been in there with the better competition. He's been in there, had the better sparring partners. He's been fighting like a heavyweight the longest. Jared Anderson's been fighting like a light heavyweight at times, maybe even a super middleweight at times. He uses a lot of his athleticism. He takes a lot of chances. He's got a lot of bad habits that he's going to have to close up in this fight. A lot of things that we've seen him do in the past, he can't do in this fight. He has to be defensively responsible in this fight. He has to hit and not get hit, but at the same time, just like he said, it's going to be important for him to not give up position, to be athletic. In other words, to parry these shots and keep himself in the right position, be able to capitalize on his positioning. If he's jumping out a whole bunch every single time just to get away, he's going to have a hard time readjusting and getting back in position to land those shots. It's going to be a game to play mid-range. He doesn't want to fight this guy, play the long distance range with this guy. This guy's got the longer arms. He's taller, and he's very experienced at fighting that way. He's got a mid-range fight. And the power's at the end of Bakoli's punches. They're at the end, right? Like, you give him the distance, those shots, they get real bad for you if he's able to fully extend into his shots. So we gotta see Jared Anderson, who's willing to take some risk, but at the same time not be a fool, right? And keep the fight mid-range, very similar to, let's say, a Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder fight a little bit, right? Where Joseph Parker was able to neutralize a lot of that power that Deontay Wilder would have brought to the game by keeping it mid-range, staying inside, but at the same time taking chances, because he could have got clipped playing that game up in there. So he was able to be effective that way. Jared is going to have to figure out that math problem. Is he going to be able to adjust with Sugar Hill that quickly? This is the first fight they're fighting together, right? Jared Anderson, this was very interesting. This was very interesting. Jared Anderson said, listen, man, he found it necessary to say, Sugar Hill is not my main coach. My main coach is still, and he showed love to his old coach, whoever that guy is. He made it a point to say that and said that, yes, Sugar Hill's going to be taking the lead on this particular fight, but he's not my coach. I thought that was very interesting. We know that Turki Al-Sheikh is the one who really pushed Sugar Hill on Jared Anderson, right? Turki said, man, I got a lot of faith in you, but I want to see you work with Sugar Hill. I want to see you, because I don't think, because Turki's thinking the same thing we're thinking. You're not training with a heavyweight boxing coach. You're training with a boxing coach who you're probably his only heavyweight fighter he has on his roster, right? He says, you got a lot of potential, but I want to see you with a veteran heavyweight coach, somebody who's trained champion, somebody who knows how to navigate this heavyweight space a little bit better. Jared said, okay, I'll take that. That's what's up. You're going to pay for it. You're going to put me in a position, put me as a ambassador of Riyadh season. I'll rock with it. But I think that statement at the press conference was kind of telling a little bit that maybe he hasn't enjoyed the experience so much with Sugar Hill. Well, I mean, why would you find it necessary to keep, at this point, you could keep that to your chest. Why communicate that to make it clear for everybody in the audience, like, yo, don't get used to this almost. Don't get used to what you're seeing right here. This is for this situation right now. Am I off with it? What do you think?
People, this is another one of those moves. Jared, whatever you say. Another one of those awkward moments, bro. Listen, I can't control what he did there and why he said it. I think it was idiotic. I think this would come from not having PR and prepping you for certain questions and responses to things. You should always be prepped for these things. Hey, they ask you this, next question. You know what I mean? Like, if you start speaking and you don't know what to say, don't say nothing.
Right.
Don't say nothing. Don't put yourself out there and be like, last week I was walking down the street and so I seen some things I shouldn't have seen, but you know what? He did it. You know,
right. Give him behind the car. We caught it.
Just shut up, bro. Just don't say nothing.
I thought it was a significant thing for him to say. It was telling, right? It's just like, it just seems like if you say something like that, is it far-fetched to assume that he didn't enjoy this experience, that this training camp hasn't gone as smoothly as it hasn't gone as smoothly as he wanted to go, but at the same time, he was tested in a way. And once again, we were talking about this earlier, Chat, right? Chat, we were talking about him being mentally strong, mentally tough. That this is something we all questioned about Jared Anderson, his mental toughness, how committed he was to the sport, and how willing he was to make those sacrifices to be the best heavyweight boxer he can be, and the pressures and how he dealt with the pressure of the world, really seeing him as the future of American heavyweight boxing. A lot of pressure on his head. So he went into camp with a Sugar Hill who was like, yo, I'm not about looking stupid. We gonna work, bro. We gonna get this right. If you lose this fight, it ain't gonna be because I ain't do my job. So he probably worked that boy in real time. He probably sitting there not liking how that feels to be worked that way, and he's considering whether or not he wants to get back into camp that way.
Right.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how, because another thing we got to think about is if he thinks his real coach is another coach, who is he able to commit to Sugar Hill and follow Sugar Hill's instructions word by word, play by play in that ring? Or is he going to be conflicted with carrying out his old way of training with his old coach and trying to do this like hybrid feud style in that ring?
That's a good question, because you know what?
Just let me tell you this, so because this is going to help what you're saying. He also said what you're going to see is Sugar Hill didn't change nothing about. He said this. I almost want to pull it up. He said Sugar Hill ain't changed nothing about me. He just added some things to what I do already. That's interesting.
That's there. Why say that? Why spoil the bunch?
Why are you doing this?
Right. So this right here tells me that Sugar Hill made him pull the wagon. He's not used to being pulled in the wagon. He's used to being pulled in the wagon.
Right.
And when you have fighters that are like this and they don't want to put it, they get lazy and they have these lazy streaks, and somebody actually puts a really hard or stronger method together to get you more focused and more dialed in.
Right.
The two things are going to happen. You're going to break it, or you're going to make it. Bottom line, you're going to break it or make it. And
Barbecue Mills, are you going to make diamonds, or we going to break whole?
It seems like he's breaking right now. It seems like he's mentally breaking before the fight even happens. Or he's making it, and he's bragging about the experience he has. On the other hand, so we have to see which way he goes, because his personality really stinks. So you don't even know which way he's going with this right now. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see, bro. If he,
no doubt,
like you said, if he lose, Sugar Hill like.
Look, like I said, Sugar Hill's gonna say it wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of me. You heard? We did everything that we could do to make this happen. It wasn't because of me. You know what I mean? So we're gonna find out. 2 Cents says, put down the ego, young man. Buy into the process. There you go, 2 Cents. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you, 2 Cents. Salute and welcome to the family, to the ATP Combat Media community. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I wanted to say, what she said right there. Is he going to buy into the process? Make the biggest difference, Ray. Chat, it's going to make the biggest difference. You bring somebody like Sugar Hill in there, Sugar Hill's not coming in there to add to what you already do, bruh. He's coming in there to make those adjustments and fix you. Get you on his program. He wants you to fight Crunk style, the way he trains Tyson Fury. When he went to Tyson Fury, he didn't say, oh, Tyson Fury, you do these things already. No, he made that man. Tyson Fury had to buy into the process. He had to say, listen, I'm going to become a puncher. I'm looking to stop people now. I'm not just looking to box their head off and dance around the ring. I'm looking to stop people now. When he came into Tyson Fury's camp, Tyson Fury stopped Deontay Wilder. He stopped Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? Did he stop Derek Chisora? I think he did, right?
No.
I think he stopped Derek Chisora.
You talking about
Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury? No, I don't think so.
They went to a decision?
I think so.
Let's check it out. Whatever it is, if he didn't stop him, he damn near stopped him.
Yeah, I don't think he had to stop it since Wilder.
No, he knocked Dillian White clean out. Dillian White, when he fought, he knocked him clean out.
Right.
TKO.
It was a TKO. It was a stop.
And he stopped Dillian White. Yeah, he's knocked out everybody until he lost against Francis Ngannou. Took him to a decision. He lost to Alexander Usyk. Ever since he got with Sugar Hill, he's been stopping everybody. Tom Schwartz stopped. Otto Wallin, no, he got a unanimous decision with him. But yeah, he changed him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he really changed him. So at the end of the day, Jared Anderson, did he buy into the process this training camp? And if you did, what the hell are you talking about? Why is it necessary to explain to the audience that you have a real coach who's at home? He's still the guy who's representing for you, and that this is just, he's leading this camp. Why? Why say that?
Because I'm an idiot and Jared ain't Jared.
At a press conference 2 days before the biggest fight of your career. Right? 2 days before the biggest fight.
Jared ain't Jared, bro. Why you put this all on me?
I
Jared
don't
didn't
know.
ask this. Yeah, that's what it is.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to Ray Davis. Yeah, trying to put some color in the chat. Y'all follow suit. Feel free to follow suit. $1, $2, whatever you do. I'm sounding like somebody you know. Let's go.
Woo!
Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's see here. So yeah. So I mean, but you're still leaning with Jared Anderson in this fight, right? You still
I
leaning
think
with
so, yeah, because I really think that his brick hand is going to be there, but he's going to be able to use it at will once the rounds get later.
Mm-hmm.
I think early on, like I said, I think he probably learned how to parry shots. He probably learned how to throw combos and move laterally while throwing combos instead of getting out of there and trying to get back in. Because if he does that, it's over, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna sleep for him. It's over.
I feel you get that sleepy time tea, you know what I'm saying? Get a melatonin pill, you know what I mean? Get him right. Right.
Salute to the queens in the building. Salute.
No doubt.
He said 2 cents, 2 cents. Okay. Salute.
And the wife.
Anyone else? Yeah, definitely hit up Miss Ring.
No doubt. So what do you got? What do you think about this? You still feeling the same way about Rayo and Isak? Are you still feeling
Absolutely. I'm not changed, bro. There's no change.
Rayo's gonna stop him.
Focus. Yep. Focus is everything in a fight. Looking in the two eyes at the fight. Pitbull always has the same stare. You don't know what he means, but his look different. He looks different.
Okay.
Right. I think he always had a sense of urgency in certain fighters.
Right.
I think his fights, the fighters that he's going to have trouble with, are fighters that can move and that are flexible and that can and rangy. That they can stay out the way of those looping punches that he throws when he has his head down. It showed in the fight that he had with Corrales. He just fought William Zepeda. What was his name? But he's just for him, and it showed that he can't deal with rangy fighters at all.
Right.
And I wish it was a better method for him, though. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I think at the end of the day, we're gonna find out. Cabrera, I was close. Cabrera,
right.
Cabrera kept him at the end of the jab. He was rangy. You know what I mean? In and out. He showed that he had some footwork, and he applied pressure when it was necessary to keep him off balance.
Right.
The big thing is a guy like Pitbull, you got to hit their shoulders. They don't give you their chest. They don't give you their face. You know what I mean? To keep them off balance. You got to keep that paw out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you got to knock him off balance. So when he's off balance and he's trying to swing, that other hand comes back. Bop. You know what I mean? So you got to do that. He's going to have to be slick in this fight. And I know he's a slick fighter, but he's going to have to be slick. He's going to have to show it. You can't go in there with the high guard and try to bang out with him. It's not going to work like that. He's got to fight him like he did Colbert. He's got to fight him like he did De Los Santos. He's got to fight him like before he
don't fight him like you did De Los Santos, because De Los Santos, he was getting clipped up.
No, because he stood in the pocket, but I'm just saying,
right.
He also shows some slickness. You know, De Los Santos is a very fast fighter, bro.
Right.
Like he's very twitchy. But I think if he fights him like Francisco Vargas, that's his name. When he fought Francisco Vargas, he KO'd him, bro. So it's very easy to do. First round too. So he has the opportunity to do that. Like he knows how to fight. That's not sleeping on Rayo.
I think we're definitely not sleeping on Rayo, especially with Robert Garcia, man. Robert Garcia is just going to demand a certain base. He's going to require a certain amount of excellence. Like you're going to come out of his training camp and out of his gym in condition. You're going to be in great condition, and you're going to have a game plan going into the fight. You're going to know what's expected of you. You guys are going to have a game plan. You're going to watch fight video. Robert watches fight video. He's going to make a game plan based on taking advantage of Isaac Cruz's weaknesses, whatever he sees the weakness being, and he's definitely going to be trained to stay away from the danger, to stay away. Now, there was a little bit of Robert Garcia said that he knows to stay away from the power, and that he's training Rayo Valenzuela to fight for 12 rounds. He's fighting for a 12 round, training for a 12 round fight, which, you know, that's the way he's supposed to train. Whereas Ryo said that he's actually looking to stop Isaac Cruz. So I expect this fight to be a mid-range fight. I think most people expect it to be a mid-range fight. I don't expect to see Ryo Venezuela jumping all around the ring and giving like a Shakur Stevenson or a Cabrera or even a Cabrera delivery as far as what he's going to bring to the ring. But he's going to have to establish that distance. I expect him to hold that distance, force Isaac Cruz to take some chances to get inside so he can do what he does and take advantage of his instincts to get in close and fight a close fight, mid-range close fight, catch him walking in and walk him into something bad. Now, what I don't want Ryan Venezuela to do is do what he did against De Los Santos. What I mean by that is he let De Los Santos get him into an emotional space. Maybe that was combined a little bit with the results of what happened between him and Chris Colbert. Maybe he wanted to make a statement in that fight, but he started trading with him a little bit recklessly. And if you watch that fight, he got clipped a lot of times. Now, he didn't get knocked out in that fight, but he got stopped because he kept on reacting. The way he was reacting to getting clipped was to come forward and throw more punches in exchange with De Los Santos. He does not want to do that with Isaac Cruz. He doesn't want to get to the point where his pride gets in the way of a good game plan and he gets sat on his pockets. Isaac Cruz is going to be betting on Ryo Venezuela to be emotionally unstable so he can tap into that energy and walk him into something bad as well. Isaac got that great defense. So Ryo has to be ready to be patient enough to win rounds and not feel discouraged by his punches not landing the way he wants him to land, because Isak's going to have his head low. He got that Mike Tyson-ish going on, right? The head low, both hands up, high guard. You know what I mean? Now, would you be shocked to see Ryan Venezuela open up a campaign of attacking Isaac Cruz's body?
That's what I was thinking he's going to do first. That's what I say he's going to have to attack his shoulders, keep him off balance. And then he's got to keep his hands up in front of him to keep his hands from reaching and measuring out. And then he just got to hit him. He's got to take the ribs out, kidneys out, all that. He's got to keep his hands up. And like I said, he got to come around. Boom. You know what I mean? Boom. Make him drop his hands. Once he drops his hands, this is exposed.
100%. Salute. Let me see. 2 Cents communicating and building in the chat. Let me keep her motivated and so don't get discouraged on speaking in the chat. We appreciate the contribution to the conversation. Let's hear it. She says, think he can box himself to a win. I would not be surprised if people clips him, though. 100%. RG definitely will help his corner. Robert Garcia will help his corner and will be familiar with Cruz's style. 100%. And Ryo got some pop too. Pitbull is just a damn tank. 100%. And then she give me some props for saying bank the rounds. Yeah, man, bank the rounds. If you force, I believe if you're able to put Pitbull in a situation to where he's more than 3 rounds down in the fight, he'll get desperate. He'll begin to take more risk. He'll start jumping up in his salute family. Salute, well connected.
I called it like a champ, bro. I called it like a champ. What's up, Dub C?
What's good, Dub? What's good, Dub? Yeah, taking chances, get him a little desperate, and then start walking into shots. But definitely invest in that body. But I also have to say that Pitbull stands at what, like 5'2", 5'3"?
5'3". They say 5'3". I think he's like 5'5".
Ah, man, what's Tank then?
Tank's like 5'6".
He's 5'6". Hold on, let's see here.
5'6". They're not that, bro. Pitbull's not 5'3". This dude, what's his name? Nick Ball's like 5'4". And Pitbull's taller than him. Trust me. I told you. You want that link? I told you. Saying you like 5'5", bro. They're gonna say they lift him at like 5'3".
Yeah, you got him at 5'4".
Okay, but usually when they have they have their box rec from the amateurs when they first start their height, like when they're like 17, 18, they always have those like their amateur sizes when they stop growing or when they think they're gonna stop growing. They don't have their, like if you look at Terrence Crawford, I think they got him listed at like 5'7" or 5'8". Terrence Crawford like 5'9", bro. And same thing where else.
Ryo, his name is damn Jose, but they call him Ryo. Is this his nickname? Yeah. Let's see here.
He's like
Ryo sitting at 5'10". He's 5'10". Yeah, he's 5'10". Wow, he's tall. He's taller than I thought he was. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think he was 5'10".
Yeah.
So, and you know what I mean, he's got a 70 inch arm reach. You know what I'm saying? He got a 70 inch arm reach. and power in that hand. Isak is sitting with a 63, so he's damn near a foot from this dude.
My
You know
bad.
what I'm saying? He's gonna be sitting at 9 inches from this dude. He's definitely got to work.
I didn't mean to say I told you. Connected. I was saying something else. I was talking about something else.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, look, he gotta use that distance.
Right.
He cannot let this fighter Isak Cruz neutralize his distance. He cannot allow this to happen. He has to keep this fight mid-range. So if Jose Valenzuela is able to keep that at a distance and put him down on rounds, he can get a desperation out of Isak Cruz. I could see if Ryan Venezuela stops Isak Cruz, that could happen around, I think he'll start becoming way more successful on his shots, probably right round 5, 4 or 5, start connecting with him. But at the same time, Isak's going to be walking him down. He's going to be walking him down. You're going to have to discourage him. And if Rayo is on his back foot all night, how does that look for Rayo? Is he powerful off his back foot? Is he an effective fighter off of his back foot?
I don't even know if I've ever seen him fight off the back foot.
Exactly. So how does he deal with that? Does he stand there? Listen, it gets crazy.
He has to learn how to counter.
Yeah.
He has to learn how to counter.
But he has to get that respect. Right. I've never seen nobody get the respect from Isak Cruz. Who's gotten the respect?
I think what's his name did? Cabrera did.
I feel like Cabrera more so
he nullified
him, like more so the movement. It was like I think he wanted him to slow down in order to let off shots. I don't know if it was the respect as much as he was having a hard time catching him, and then having that hard time catching him kind of made him stop almost. It's like he got stunned a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Round One Sports Talk in the building. So salute Round One. Yeah.
Oh, he got some scoop, Clay.
Who?
Well, Dub C.
He said he got some scoop?
Yeah. Send him a link in the text.
All right, hold on. Yeah, because we definitely not going to have a long night tonight. Let's see here. I got you, Dub. Hold on. Stream on. Ching Tang, Ching Tang. Shout out to that dude from the West Coast.
Watch the Cabrera fight. He probably did, Ross Claus. I'm telling you, I think that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna try to keep him nullified. He's gonna try to keep that hand out in front of him, and then he's gonna try to set him off balance, and he's gonna catch him to the body, make him drop his hands, and he's gonna feast with the counter. Because Pitbull got
Dub.
You got tired in that fight.
Yeah. Yup. Rayo should watch Cabrera fight because Pitbull struggled in that. 100% Ross Cloud. I think he's going to have to take some points in that. But now here's the next question. We got to compound it and pack it up. Is Rayo built like that? We're talking about a high IQ of boxing. Cabrera that's what he represented, right? He brought that high IQ, that understanding. I never seen look, man, Rayo against Chris Colbert. I didn't see the high IQ there. Even in the win, I saw more of an IQ than when he lost, which he really won that fight as well. But from the loss, I saw him raise the IQ a little bit, right? And is Robert Garcia known? I mean, Robert Garcia does do that with Bam. Bam Rodriguez does bring that IQ into the ring. And Virgil does too. Shit. Excuse my French. Virgil does as well, bro. Listen, man.
Is he in Cepeda's corner too?
No, that's Panda.
Okay, Panda. Oh yeah, Panda. There he is.
Family.
Salute, Dub.
What's up, bro?
Hey. So look, right?
Right.
Remember I was telling you about the young dude, Marcus Luther? He's number one.
Right.
He's number one amateur in the world. If you ain't know who he is, Ray. He's number one amateur in the world, right? He his last 8 fights, he got all stoppages. His last 8 amateur fights, right? But he ain't number 17. He said he going pro in 2 years. I just finished. I just left a gym, right? Guess what though? Keyshawn Davis. Shakur is really from Alexandria, Virginia. Shakur ain't from no north. Shakur the dude. His old coach is named Coach Steady, right? He's the coaching with his grandfather, right? He got picked. Huh?
I know about K. Go ahead.
Okay. K, no, he took K with him. I'm talking about Coach Steady. Coach Steady.
Yeah.
All right. So he had them. So what happened was Shakur came down when he was young, like 8 years old, 7, 8
Mhm.
years old, or whatever. Coach Steady had him all the way to after the Olympics. He said Shakur moved like 4 years ago. He moved down Houston 4 years ago. Keyshawn lived right directly across from the gym with his sister.
Yep.
Keyshawn just moved like 2 years ago, he said. He showed me pictures of, he was a coach like when they was kids coming all the way up. He sent them to the Olympics. He sent them to the Olympics. Like, I guess, I don't know if that gym is like a lot of kids from that gym, like they give them qualifications to try out for the Olympics. Like even all the coaches in that gym, they got like Olympic stuff on, like USA hats, shirts, all that. I don't know what type of connection
Yeah.
they got with them.
Even what's the name? Meyer from that gym.
Yeah, the dude. So they
What's
said that
his
the
name?
dude, Troy,
Troy Isley.
Yeah,
Megan
Troy
Troy
Isley.
Troy Isley. But I'm saying,
Okay,
what's the
Troy.
Meyer, the female boxer, the champion? She's from that
Yeah,
gym.
yeah. She really from Miami though. He got a picture of her too. She came from Miami and came down there. But Troy Isley, he been with Keyshawn and Shakur since they was young too, right?
Yep.
He got introduced them to like everybody in Virginia or whatever.
Mhm.
Like at Alexander, he's bringing them to DC. You know, introducing them to people. That's how they got to know a lot of people. Like,
Mhm.
dude, he wouldn't tell me the reason what was the fallout, right? He said they had a fallout. Cause I said, "Well, last time you seen him?" He said Keyshawn came like about 8 months ago. He said he ain't seen Shakur in 4 years. So I'm like, why he, you know what I'm saying? He don't be giving you no showers or nothing. What happened? He was like, you know, they had a falling out. He ain't tell me what the falling out was, but he said he had a falling out. But they really come from Alexander, Virginia. He had them since they was little kids,
Yeah.
like all the way up to after they left the Olympics. Then that's when Shakur left. Shakur left 4 years ago. Keyshawn and his brother. He said his other
Well,
brother didn't fight there. The older brother didn't fight there, but that's why their mother sent them down there because the older brother caught a charge. He caught a charge out Norfolk, Virginia, when Keyshawn and them was little. So the mother was scared of something that it was gonna be something happen after whatever type of charge he caught, and she sent him down there, down Alexandria.
hmm Yep.
Yeah.
So
We knew a little bit about that, not all the
So
way.
yeah, I know the whole story, bro. And all their training in the gym. I throw it out there. I do have an inside source, but my inside source actually has a young pup in the amateurs right now about to go pro. They're under a different trainer because they moved back to Jersey. But Coach K is their trainer. I know they were in the gym with homie, but K trained every last one of them defensively, willingly, from footwork, everything. I know the whole story. What you talking about?
Yeah, Coach
I know
Steady was their first coach though. Coach Steady,
yeah,
the one that stood
no,
there.
he was their interim coach, and then when they got into their like, go look at the statuses. I promise you, I can actually get the person on here that was in the gym with them. I can try to get her on, but I don't want to hold up the whole boxing talk on that. But
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Nah.
But real quick, not to interrupt you
another
guys.
day. But listen, I promise you, another day.
Hold on one second, Ray. Let me just because I've been holding off. Shout out to Ryan Frazier in the building.
Shout out.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Ryan. Everything's good. We do got a big fight coming up this weekend, Ryan. Ryan, you got some time? You trying to come up, or you let me know, man? I can send it to you. Go ahead, Ray. My bad.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So I mean, another time I'll bring her up. But yeah. At the end of the day, bro, it's everything you said is facts. And he left Newark at 9 years old. He went down there and started training. He was already training with Moses had him training, but he wasn't doing what he wanted him to do.
Yeah,
So
he
they
couldn't
moved,
compete. He started competing.
yeah, they
Until,
moved him down. Just to let you know, when he was 14, Troy Isley whipped his tail in the ring in a match. He actually lost the match to Troy Isley in the amateurs really bad, like where he started crying too. I don't want to shout. I shouldn't be saying this, bro. I'm saying, you know what I'm talking too much. Let me stop. What's up, Rick Rivals? Salute.
yeah, that's who he was hanging with though. I'm about the
Yeah, I know
dude.
the whole thing, bro.
Yeah, the dude was. He showed me so many pictures like from like kids coming up. Like he gave me the whole look because I was shocked. I'm like I ain't never. I knew that like Shakur came to Virginia, but I didn't know he was like right here. Like you know what I'm saying, like right over the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought they was like because I know Keyshawn always say he's from Norfolk, so I thought that he was out there in Norfolk.
No, he
but
left a long time ago. Yeah.
but like, remember one time we
In
was talking
16.
Clay about them two fighting each other? I
Well-
don't think they ever gonna fight each other.
Yeah, they know
They
each other
too-
like this. It's Shakur. Let me tell you something. Shakur has bested this man so many times. I know that too. Where
Yeah.
Shakur doesn't believe he has a chance in his mind.
The coach was saying, he said that they were so tight that, because he said when Shakur moved down here, he didn't know nobody. He said so that was like his little circle. He said so they were so tight that when they used to go in the gym, they would rather go to another gym and match it up against other dudes than for them to spar each other.
Oh, they sparred a lot.
Yeah, I ain't say they never spar, but he said they wouldn't. When they
Oh
was
no,
young,
not when they
wouldn't
was
spar.
young. Not when they was young. A few times when they was young, but because they had to. But like I said, I'm not going to get into all this, bro. Like,
No
I
doubt.
know-
Let me
I know-
salute some of the people in the chat too that popped in. Salute obviously ringside, salute ringside, A side. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, y'all know. And salute to
CJ
God, who
Esperon.
done it? Yeah, CJ Esperon. Salute to CJ Esperon. Peace to the chat, man. We building up in here, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, round one. We'll throw the link up in a minute, man. We will, man. We're just gonna build a little bit on these fights a little bit and then throw it in. It's gonna be a short night, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're not gonna be going all night like we did. You know what I gotta do? Today's my Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but Dub, let me ask you, man. So going into this weekend, well, fellas, we got, I mean, this is a respected panel right here. Like my co-host and Dub is, if y'all don't know Dub, he'll let you know after a while, hear him talk, you know that he's well connected. That's why his name is Well Connected. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you'll figure that out in due time. You know what I'm saying? But so what do you guys think about the actual the actual event going on this weekend? What are you guys expecting from this event? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, taking into consideration, we're dealing with Turki Al-Sheikh, right? And also, if you guys don't know, Turkey's actually hosting a huge UFC event in Saudi Arabia this weekend as well. That's also another event. Not to think that I would compete with it, but he's staying pretty busy. But what are you guys expecting from this event? I mean, you got Eminem who's going to be performing. You saw how he did the Grand Arrivals. Even though the Grand Arrivals didn't turn out the way maybe people thought it would, a lot of people didn't show up that way. But still, you could see the investment in energy and resources and putting that event together. What are you guys looking to see from this event on Saturday night? And we're going live, by the way, in here for that event. Me and Ray, we're going to be up here. We're going to be going live the whole event because we ain't missing not one bit. Anyway, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead, Doug.
from I've been talking to people that's down there. I actually, even though I told you, Clay, I want to go down there, I was kind of considering going down there, right? But I wasn't trying to spend all that money for the hotel room or the last minute notice or whatever. But man, I heard, like, man, they I've been looking at the ticket price too. They basically trying to get the tickets away. Like, I guess the event, it kind of flopped. Like, they didn't do what they thought it was gonna do. So it's like they did like they did the Devin Haney and the Ryan Garcia tickets when we was in New York. They cut them down 50%. They just did that with these tickets because I guess the prices that they put out there, the perception that they had, that they thought they was gonna meet this quota. I guess they know they're not gonna meet it now, so they at least trying to, at least sell out or sell close to it. But they saying that the tickets flopping, man. They saying it's kind of doing bad.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the same thing too. Shout out to Cannabis Education and Entertainment TV. This is definitely the first time I've seen you in the chat. Salute to the family. I hope you've gone ahead and subscribed as well. And yeah, Tucson is definitely going to be on the DAZN platform. Let me ask you guys this though. I'm going to ask you guys, but before I'm going to ask you, but I'm also going to answer my own question before you guys answer it. So my question is, does this represent a casual, when you have a card like this, if you're in the know of boxing, if you're in the know, you understand how epic this card is. This is a real big deal card, stacked from top to bottom. Great fights all throughout this whole entire main card. Even the prelims, for whatever it's worth, the prelims, the free fights, which I think is 2 fights that they're giving for free, are competitive, super competitive fights. So is this exposing a casual energy in America when it comes to boxing? Like, is this an exposing? Because if this fight card was put in Riyadh or in Europe or anywhere outside of this country, this fight card would have been the most talked about fight card. It would have sold out already. Hard to get tickets. It did have been having a whole lot of people would have been just amazed by this card, right? So, but
I don't
here
think it's that though.
Why is it not being embraced?
I'm gonna tell you what I think, and I mean, you can, Ray, you can quote me on this, but I think Terrence Crawford getting blackballed.
Man, talk about it.
Just think about just if you take Terrence Crawford off this now, Frank Martin and Tank, that undercard was an okay undercard. It was a good undercard, but this undercard has more fights, so it's more top fights. Like, Tank, you had Tank, Frank Martin. You had David Benavidez, Golovkin, but that's how you pronounce his name, and you had Antoine Russell and Prano. The early card was garbage, but this card, like, you got a stacked card, and I believe if you remove Terrence Crawford and put Canelo right there, it sells out. You move Terrence Crawford, put Tank right there, it sell out. You can move Terrence Crawford and actually put Earl Spence right there, and it probably sell better than sell now. And he beat Earl Spence. He beat the mess out of Earl Spence. I think he's just being blackballed. Like, I can't see nothing else, because, like, even if you don't like Terrence Crawford, you don't want to see Terrence Crawford, you still got a whole card of fighters to pick from.
But that's why I think it does sell out. I think it sells out to the fact that you have 4 Mexican fighters on that card, and you have 7 Latino fighters on that card. So I think the Latin base is going to support that fight alone, just on that.
But here's the question, though. But the question is, yeah, exactly. I'm not asking about what we think is going to happen Saturday night.
No.
What I'm saying is, why does it look like that now?
I got a good question. Here for boxing, did you go out there yet, or you still local?
No, he's flying out tomorrow morning.
Okay, he know. Okay, there you go. I was gonna say he would know. He gonna be there.
Like, I even seen.
No, I got people out there. I got people out there. I got Mills out there. I don't politics. Yeah, it's not doing well.
I've been talking to like ASAP on the phone, and when I had just finished talking to people that was out there, like they saying like they got a lot of fighters out there, like a lot of old fighters, not a lot of current fighters.
It's gonna be star-studded. I'll be honest with you, as a content creator, and once again, FOMO, right? You're gonna have a lot of opportunity in an event like this. If I go down there, you go down there, or Dub would go out there, you're gonna get in a lot of events. You're gonna get a lot of interviews. You're gonna see a lot of stars. You're gonna get a lot of access, because it's not a lot of people, but there's a lot. It's gonna be star-studded, because one thing Turkey's gonna do is he's gonna flood it with the veterans, with the stars, with the legends. He's gonna flood it. He gonna pay their way, put them in hotels, put them in, He gonna have them available for you, so that experience is gonna be there for you. You're gonna see that. But as far as the status of the ticket sales and the reaction and the reception of this event in the city of Los Angeles, it's just not getting the reception that you would think a card like this is supposed to get. It doesn't seem to be happening.
Why y'all think a lot of old fighters out there?
Because Turkey got them there. Wherever Turkey's doing an event, he got them guys. They're always there in Riyadh. They're always there in all the events.
Roy Jones, James Toney, Vander Holyfield.
Also because of the fact of the quality of the card. They're probably like, I'm not missing this. They're probably in town.
Y'all don't know that. What's that? Next week is Hall of Fame week.
Okay.
It's Hall of Fame week in Vegas. So, Vegas is 3 hours away from there. But, they got Hall of Fame week in Vegas. And, the only reason I know this, I wouldn't know it either, so I ain't gonna say I've been keeping up with it. Only reason I know this because of Chop.
Right.
Chop told me, because remember the show.
Right. Exactly.
The show. So I'm setting the days that we're gonna do the show, and he was like, Tuesday he's flying to Vegas because that's Hall of Fame week. It's Hall of Fame week all that week. Right. There's a lot of stars that's going to be in town, and I'm sure strategically that's why this card was put together this way. Right. It's probably thought about
Like, you know when we should do it? The week before Hall of Fame week. Have a lot of boxing fans in the city. I think they would have done better, obviously, like in a Vegas. If they went Vegas with it or went to a city that really embraces boxing, I think they would have done better. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ray.
So right now I'm looking through the ticket sales. They're selling out areas as we speak. 10 minutes, 1 hour, 50 minutes ago, 1 hour ago. They're selling out sections. They're selling out sections.
This how you always can tell, right? Look at this how you can tell how good the ticket sales doing. This how I always do this, right? Go to the floor seat, right? The seat that's right behind the fighters, the fighters' corners. Them the most expensive seats. And tell me what the price is of the seat.
$790. Let me see. $791 is $7.
Exactly, Ross Scott.
Oh no, hold on. 1044 and $793.
Yeah, that's not
$793.
Yeah, it's dropped. It dropped. But there's only 9 seats left. There's only 9 seats left there though.
700.
And the one on the other side, there's only 2 seats left.
Listen, them seats. Say this was a tank fight, right? Them same seats right there.
10 to 14 grand.
It's $20,000.
Yeah, we did that. But you're comparing apples and oranges, though.
No, but what we're saying is, at the end of the day, is they're making adjustments. They're dropping the prices. They're cutting about 50%. So you're going to expect the tickets to start selling now.
Yeah, we try. That's what I'm saying. The tickets is doing bad.
But it's a sign of them doing bad. Exactly. It's a sign of the reception not being what they wanted to be. So they're going to make sure they do what they got to do. I mean, you got Eminem performing at this event. This event should be getting embraced a lot more than it's being embraced. I'm also prone to think a little bit with what Dub is saying to a degree. Yeah, there is a blackballing going on, but also outside of that blackballing that's going on, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just think I'm being honest with you. I think boxing fans, the casual fans, don't know how ill this card is. They don't see it.
Yes.
They looking at the fighters like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? I mean, I know who Bud is, but who's Madrimov?
Right. Exactly.
I know who Aaron Anderson and who's Martin McCauley. I know who's, you know what I'm saying? I know who Andy Cruz is. They might not even know who Andy Cruz is. I'm gonna be honest with you. But the ones that do know Andy Cruz is definitely looking at, they're probably more so interested in Antonio Moran fighting than Andy Cruz. A lot of people don't know who's on this card. So you got to be in the know. But at the same time, it does expose a little bit of boxing fans today aren't into boxing. They're just into their fighters. So when they see a card come up like this, even though everybody's telling them, every single platform, content creation platform, from ProBox to Showbiz to this platform, to Blue Blood to ESPN, everybody's letting it be known. This is the best card America that you probably ever seen in your lifetime. If you're anywhere under 50 years old, this is probably the best card you've ever seen in your lifetime in America. And nobody is reading into it. Nobody.
I don't know. You don't remember that? You don't remember that card with that? I think that what's the name card that can rumble with it? That card with Tank and Hector Garcia.
No, I don't think so.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that card?
I remember that card, but I don't think it's messing with this card, bro.
That card, you pull that card up, right?
I'll pull it up.
I got it.
Oh, he can pull it up. Yeah.
That was a tough card right there. So you gotta look at it. The main card is 4 fights. The main card is 4 fights. The early card is 4 fights. So it's 8 fights. Sometimes they push you to 9, but it's 8 fights altogether.
You have Rashidi Ellis, Roman Villa. You have Boots Ennis and Karkashan,
which was a horrible fight.
Right. Both, and it was a stolen matchup from Roman Villa, right? Then you had Demetrius Andrade with Damon Nichols. I don't even know what that is. Damon Nichols.
Damon Nichols, yeah.
I said it wrong. That's why I said that. I said, hold on.
No, this card is not competing with this card.
No, bro. No, Kyron Davis, Christian Fabio Rios, no way.
Yeah, bro. Lamont Peterson took a
Lamont Peterson.
No.
I'm saying you had Boo Boo on there, you had Boots on there, you had Tank, You had Rashidi Ellis.
But they're trying to still build Boots at that time too.
Yeah, and Boots that was one of Boots' worst fights. Not for him, but he just had a horrible dancing partner.
Criticized on that fight, terrible.
Yeah, but they didn't know. They didn't know it before the fight, though. That's what I'm saying. You didn't know that.
But the people weren't excited about that fight. They were literally talking about.
They thought Boots gonna knock him out.
They thought that they should have switched the fighters for Ellis and Boots in that fight. They were talking about
they were supposed to fight the next fight, but he lost.
They said they should switch their opponents.
This card right here, Dub, is going to be better than that card. It really is. Like, you got at least, I'm going to tell you like this, right? You got the main. We don't even look. I'm telling you, we could put Terrence and Majumov to the side. Just put them to the side, even if you mad at them, right? But I don't like Terrence. He's the worst.
So real quick, I know you wanted to say this, Clay, but if you take Majumov out and you put in a Virgil Ortiz, this fight sells out.
Forget it. It's over with.
Sells out. Bottom line. That's the point. So we already know that's what it is. It's who is Bud fighting? Why does he have 10 fights? Who is this guy? And 154, you remember 154 in the history of boxing is not like a super glamour division. So people ain't really watching that anyway. So
I think it's Bud though, because you can look at the pay-per-view sales with Bud and Sean Porter. That's the best he ever did on pay-per-view, and that was like 200,000, 180,000, something like that. Like, I think it's just Bud, man. I think. But
look,
like,
hold on one second, right? Like,
Bob Ernst said he has never made a profit from a Terrence Crawford fight. He said he has never profited.
But that's it. That's him in the matchmaking. That's just not. That's just. I mean, it is what it is. Marketing correctly. Salute, Ross. Let's go, fam.
Salute.
Yeah, man. It was just bad promotion, bad representation, bad matchmaking. Just that whole Bob Arum situation just really just ate up a lot of Bud's good years. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you remove Bud from the conversation, you remove Bud and Majumov from off this card, and you go down the card, right? This card sells, man. This card's a great card. You know what I mean? I don't know about pay-per-view. Maybe you don't pay the pay-per-view if Bud is on here. I don't know. Even though I would pay for it. But at the end of the day, when you look at the card, you go down the worst fight on the card, the smallest fight on the card is probably Andy Cruz and Antonio Moran. Then you go.
That's a good fight.
And that's a great fight. Exactly. That's a fight on
and
the
it's
card,
a good fight. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the weakest fight on the card. Then you go into David Morrell and Hot Rod. Then you go up into Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Miller. Then you go into Big Baby, Jared Anderson and Martin Bacoli. Then you go up into Isak Cruz and Rayo Venezuela. Then come on, bro.
Each fight get better, right, Clay? Each fight get better.
It just escalates. It just gets crazy. It gets crazy.
Crazy because the first fight
you mess around and get drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what, too? Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's cool. Go ahead.
I was going to say another reason why Crawford don't sell is because he's a quiet, good guy. I mean, this is the age of social media. This is the age where you could speak out. You could open your own YouTube channel. You could go live all the time on Instagram. Crawford is a quiet guy, and the only time that he starts speaking is when he got a fight coming up. And I'll be honest with you, 50% of the reasons why he don't sell like that is because of that. You need to sell yourself. Right. You got to find a way to sell yourself. That whole quiet type, oh, I'm super quiet and wait till the fight. That's boring in these age. I mean, it is what it is. You got to speak up to sell yourself.
I agree with you 100%. I think Terrence is definitely, but that's why I put blame on a little bit on like the promotion where he's been with that Bob Arum. Like, you know what I'm saying? Terrence needed Eddie Hearn. He needed somebody who's gonna talk for him. Like Anthony Joshua is a quiet guy, bro. Yep. You feel me? He's a quiet dude, but he got Eddie. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a fact. Hey, Clay, anytime Eddie speaking on AJ, he sells him really good. Best fighter in the world. He's going to beat everyone and all this. You don't see no other promoter do that.
No,
they fight.
He's going to tell you. I got to be honest with you. But he's going to talk. Even look how he's representing Majumov in the fight.
He's bro.
That's a fact.
That dude loves to promote. He loves his job. And, you know, you can't. And I'm always going to give props to Eddie Hearn. I know everybody wants this to be Black Power and everything like that and wants you to go also in the space. Right. But at the end of the day, Eddie
Fake
Hearn
Dr. Polites.
right. They want you to, you know, what I mean, they're gonna hate me horribly in the morning when they watch the playback on this and hear me say what I'm about to say. But at the end of the day, bro, Eddie Hearn has a passion for this sport, and let me tell you, he has a passion for the promotion of this sport. And you gotta give credit to the fact that he was raised. He's second generation promoter. He had that silver spoon in his, but he had access to boxing in a way that most of these promoters never saw boxing. He's not in here in the capacity of an Al Heyman. He's not in here in the capacity of a Oscar De La Hoya. He's not here in the capacity of Bernard Hopkins and those dudes. He's here in the capacity of a boxing fan. He's here in the same capacity as a Turki Al-Sheikh, right? Like, I love boxing. He's gonna recall legendary fights he was present for, and when he decided. You got to remember, Eddie Hearn could have done anything he wanted to do in his life. He grew up wealthy. His dad, Frank, I mean, what's his name? What's his father's name? Not Frank. I'm about to say Frank Warren, but I'm bugging. But Eddie Hearn's father, George Hearns, right?
George Hearns, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He had him. He could have gave him anything he wanted. He grew up super wealthy millionaire, bro. He was like, Dad, this is what I want to do. I want to do what you do. I want to promote boxing. You don't know a lot of people who grew up like this, who came up into the game like this, who said, you know, Eddie didn't say, I want to become a boxer. I want to become he said, nah, I want to become a promoter. He's been there since day one. He's got the love for the sport. So when he gets on that he's one of the only promoters I see get up on that stage on the press conference, and he's right there in the middle, like,
yeah,
Jarrell, what can we expect? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah.
Yo,
you know, you know what else too? What I noticed about Hearn, and I know you guys noticed it too, probably just they never tripped. He will promote the heck out of a nobody that we've never heard of.
100%.
He will treat a non-star the exact same way he'll treat Anthony Joshua or whoever. He'll treat them the same way. I got a new fighter coming up, blah, blah, blah. He's going to be the future champion, all this stuff. And you start believing it. Like, oh, I can't wait to watch this dude.
I got to see him. I got to see him.
Yep.
Can we see that?
Yeah.
Can we see that's the Tank Davis opponent effect?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, man. And
John Ryder is going to be the best boxer you ever see.
That's right.
Listen, bro. He's going to do it, ain't he? He's going to do it every time. And you won't. And that's why the other promoters hate him, bro. They hate him because how passionate he is. They hate him that he got the balls to be himself and be a fan of this. And they feel like, oh, you have a silver spoon in your mouth. And he's like, you damn right I did, bro.
Yeah.
What the hell
And you know, yep. And you know what else too? And I said this before. Boxing is not the only combat sport nowadays. That's why they really, really got to promote themselves and really, really put themselves out there. You got Dana White constantly putting events on the same night as boxing. That takes away from boxing fans. Then you have the other fighting organizations, bare knuckle, and then you have YouTube where me, I could be like, I'm not paying for this fight. I'm just gonna watch it for free on YouTube. Then you got the people who streaming it for free. So you got all of these people you got to compete with. You got to sell yourself. That's what I'm saying. Crawford got to go out there. Forget that quiet type. You could sell yourself being nice, and you could sell yourself being the bad guy. You just got to do each one of them. You got to do it in a classy way, not like stupid Ryan Garcia. Because you could be a bad guy. Like, remember, Floyd was a bad guy, but he never did anything stupid like Ryan Garcia. Or you could be a nice guy like Anthony Joshua, and he sells. So it's a combination of all of that that's taken away from boxing, and they gotta really. So boxing got to do the same thing. Oh, Dana White gonna put an event? We gonna put an event. Right. But boxing don't do that. Boxing don't do that because they're afraid to compete.
Right. But when you got somebody like Turkey, that's what Turkey, Eddie Hearn, that mentality, they bring it into the space. Like, you know, like I said, Turkey's hosting in Saudi Arabia a UFC event that same weekend. You know what I mean? It's a whole new game coming into the space. Look at the amount of money, and not only the money, forget about the money, right? The thought put into that trailer for Israel Madrimov versus Terrence Crawford. Like, that's what Turkey's doing. Look at Knockout Chaos. Look at the Tyson Fury, the trailers, like movies. You know what I'm saying? The 5v5 card, you know what I'm saying? Where you saw them with the cards, and it was like, you know what I mean, the robber, the thief, the butcher, you know what I'm saying? And all those different things that was going on in the trailer. He's bringing that element into the game. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask you, Roscoe, because you're on the stage right now, and I'm going to ask you, don't you think that there's a little bit of exposing going on with this event in America to the world as far as America's love for boxing? Like,
Yeah.
it's like black people and cops, right? Like when you know, murdering people on TV, everybody's like, "Oh my God!" I think real black people was like, "That's kind of like been the thing a little bit." Same thing with the boxing. Like we know, like the casuals, just nothing but casuals over here, bro. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
People are going to be looking around the world, looking at this event, like, "Damn, bro, look how they treating that event." Don't they understand? I wish they should have did that over here. We would have watched it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just sold that out.
Yeah, Eminem don't be rapping just for anybody either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal. You know,
That's
so
crazy.
I
That's
don't
crazy,
know.
bro. That's crazy. It is what it is. Like this is going to be an event where, and I can remember a Turkey event. I don't remember which one it was, but it was an event he did that was really good. But there was like hardly anybody in the building. You could hear like the coaches talking, and you know what I mean. That event was lit. And this is going to be an event. I'm going to tell you straight up. If 500 people show up to this event, it's going to be a quiet, lit event, bro. Like straight up, I'm going to be watching that event with nobody in the building, quiet as hell. Like this is one of the best cards I've ever seen. Just because of the quality of the boxing matches that's going to be in that ring. I don't care who shows up, but it's fair. It's fair play to talk about it. This is a content creation platform. We can talk about it and be like, listen, man, we can acknowledge this card is not getting the reception this card deserves. It's not.
Fact.
It's not getting the reception, man. It's not. We see, look at the cars coming out on the classic cars on the back like they were parade. Turkey really celebrated these fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's a back in the day shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating these fighters on the back of these cars. Yeah, bro, craziness, man. But the space ain't embracing it. Why? Because Tank ain't headlining it. Because David Benavidez ain't headlining. Because Canelo isn't headlining it. Why?
Yeah, you know these PBC fanboys and these other promoters, because you know they really hurting right now that Amazon ain't delivering like they thought it was. So it is what it is.
Man, talk about it, man. Talk about it. Let me read something here in the space here. 2 Cent says Hearns gives us the promoter character we need. Sometimes hype man. Hold on a second. Sometimes hype man, sometimes snake oil salesman, sometimes honest as can be. 100%. Hearns is whoever he needs to be in the moment.
Yep.
Whatever he needs to be, he's willing to do that. Back and forth with Bud and most promotion I've seen in this fight. Yeah, crazy, man, crazy. So Ross Clot, going into this fight though, in this weekend, you have a fight that you're looking at, like you really want to see, like you want to see how it turns out. Is there a fight that you kind of got your eye on, or is it the main event?
I like the Andy Cruz and Miller. I really like that. I always wanted to see them two dudes fight, and I wish it was 3-4 years ago, but that's the one I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I think they have an interesting storyline. You know, with that Anthony, they share that Anthony Joshua timeline, right? Yeah, they share it.
And this is it for like Miller. He can't afford to lose again. I feel like.
Can Andy afford to lose?
Yeah. Neither one of them can.
I think Andy can, because I think him being a long layoff and he only lost to like really good fighters. I think that kind of like solidifies that. I think Big Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller. I don't think he
can afford to lose, even though he's only got one loss on his record.
Right, because he's already. I think he was like a he was like some type of title holder, bro, which I thought was weird. No, he's not. Where is it? Okay, no, wrong fight. But that's Andy Cruz. My bad. He's he can't afford it, bro. He can't. Yeah, I don't think likable. He's an American that already is a heavyweight. In the heavyweight division in America, they want undefeated fighters. That's what it is.
I don't think Andy Ruiz Jr. could lose either, though. I think that he only got 2 losses.
My point is, I don't think it hurts him.
That's a fact.
I feel like if he lose again, you gotta look at the heavyweight division. That's a tough division trying to get a title shot. Like you got Usyk and Tyson Fury. Them combined only got 1 loss. You know, Tyson Fury just lost to Usyk, and he got a draw. But the heavyweight division now, like you gotta be a top contender to get a title shot, especially after it's all said and done, because it's gonna be one undisputed champion. So Andy Ruiz, if he lose, Andy Ruiz Jr., if he lose right now, he's gonna have 3 losses. He's gonna be 22-3.
Okay.
And then you got Anthony Joshua on the outside looking in. He got 3 losses. He on the outside looking in. Like he been down, like, you know, he on the streak now. So he trying to build himself back up to get a title shot. He trying to get the winner of Fury and Usyk. But if Usyk win again, I don't know if Joshua gonna get that shot. I don't think they're gonna get Joshua another shot at Usyk back like that. I don't know. They might, but I don't think the money gonna be there.
They might. You know what? That's a good point, because think about it. If AJ or Dubois wins, will they make one of them dudes fight Usyk again? That's a good point.
But see, Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk twice. So
Right.
So it's like the money, like is the money gonna be, the budget gonna be there? Like who wanna see Joshua and Usyk again after he lost twice? Everybody be feeling like, are we seeing this? It's the same old. We thought he was gonna win the second fight. And he came back and lost again.
And we got so the game plan is for Fury to beat Usyk. That's the game.
Fury
that's a fact, Clay. That's a fact.
If Fury beat Usyk, then we got a storyline with
That's
Anthony
the game plan.
Joshua.
They want Fury. Turkey want Fury to win it, because the real fight that everybody been wanting forever is Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. They've been wanting that fight forever.
Then the money will be there. The money will be in that fight. But if Usyk pulls it off, for real, to be totally honest.
But at the same time,
that first fight.
At the same time, Usyk wins it all is all good, but Usyk is also rumoring to be interested in going back to cruiserweight to go back for another for a couple title fights on. He's hinted towards that. So Usyk can take himself out of the conversation with the win over Tyson Fury. He could still take his name out of the heavyweight conversation, and people will still want to see an Anthony Joshua fight a Tyson Fury, even if Tyson Fury lost twice.
That way. But if Usyk win, then Usyk gonna be undisputed. You think he's gonna drop all? He's gonna drop all.
He's talked about it already. He wants to go down back down to cruiserweight. He said, the heavyweight division is heavy on him. A lot of abuse. He has nothing left to prove. Why take that chance? All those big punches up there. He's already made his name. He'll be a 2-time undisputed champion as a heavyweight. The only thing better than that is to go back down to cruiserweight, become a 2-time cruiserweight undisputed.
Or he could keep fighting
down there.
Right.
What money fight gonna be on cruiserweight for?
What
money fight? The money is in heavyweight.
Jai Obatai.
Yeah, it probably won't be about the money either. It might just be the love for the sport.
Yeah, and Turkey gonna pay him.
Yeah,
as long as they stay with Turkey, they not worried about money, man. As long as
they're not worried about it. Yeah.
If Turkey says I got you, they're not going to even think about it again. If you go, what about the money? And Turkey looks at you and go, I got you. You're gonna be like, say less. All right, so I'm gonna fight. You're gonna get right to the business.
I mean, me per se, I believe when I see it. I don't see it happening. I don't see him going like campaigning. Now going down there for one fight, maybe, but going down there to campaign on cruiserweight.
Like you mean like relinquishing, vacating the belts? You don't see that, yeah,
it's like he moved up because he was saying that it was hard making that weight. Now you supposed to go back down. And I you already picked it. Now he's like 215 now, 210, 215. Like to go all the way back down to cruiserweight, like that's, I don't know. I mean, I don't see me per se. I don't see it happening like that in campaigning at cruiserweight.
But one way or the other, I'm telling you, the big fight that everybody wants to see, the fight that Turkey probably, because Turkey has cancer. You know, I mean, God bless Turkey. Hope everything works out well for him. But Turkey's big dream, he has fights that he wants to get done before he fades to black, right? And one of them is definitely Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. He wants to I know. So he's going to move heaven and earth to make that fight happen.
Or his dream fight don't he make except Canelo and Bud or Canelo and Benavidez. He might not make that Canelo. He ain't making the Canelo Benavidez. That's dead. That ain't gonna happen. Like that's dead. That one right there. That's over with. But he made the Bivol and Benavidez. He said he wanted that. You know, that was his dream fight. He said he wanted to see Tank and Devin too.
Yo, I want to tap into what 2 Cent said, man, because this channel, we love to show love to the up and coming because we watch everybody. And 2 Cent, you ain't lying. Moses Ituma coming out the UK That boy's a talented heavyweight coming up in the game. I could definitely see him with a Jared Anderson. I could definitely see him with a Ajit Kabayel. I could definitely see him up, you know what I'm saying, up in that heavyweight division, mixing it up and making some noise. He's a young dude, though. He's a young dude on some, probably on a prospect level a little bit, but Jared ain't aging like milk. You know what I'm saying? That boy's still a young boy.
Yep. Y'all know what though? This one thing too. Big Baby got to make a statement. Jared Anderson, he got to make a statement this time. If he want a title shot in the heavyweight division, because his fights been like too close, man. Then he got what's his name? Buckled him.
Martin Bakole.
Yeah, buckled him, and the other boy buckled him. The one that Tyson Fury beat him.
Out of Wallen.
He had the belt before.
Tyson Fury beat him, and he had a belt?
A minute ago. Not recently. He beat him a minute ago. The tall with the dreads, or was it Anthony Joshua beat him? One of them beat him. He had a belt, though, like some years back. Let me look at that. Jared Anderson fought him not too long ago, like probably 2 fights ago. Matter of fact, it was 2 fights ago.
Jared Anderson fought him, and this guy used to have a belt?
He had a belt before.
You want Charles Martin?
Charles Martin. That's what it is.
Yeah, he had
Charles Martin. He buckled Jared Anderson, too.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And he gets in that type of situation with Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole jumps in and makes it happen.
He got to make a statement. Like, he gets
his leg in that ring against Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole jumps on that boy.
And they picked him, Eddie Hearn picked him to lose.
Pick who, Jared?
Yeah.
Listen, man, we gotta have real, unbiased talk about this kind of fight. I'm telling you guys, me and Ray been talking about this. I mean, I keep telling you guys, me and Ray, no matter how much we talk about this event,
every day,
we end up on this damn fight. This
right
fight
here,
right here is the
boxing
fight.
scene. Jared Anderson's upset because Eddie Hearn bet against him. He said, bet against me and lose your money.
Yeah, they had a face-to-face. He actually ran up on Eddie.
He ran up on Eddie. Yeah, and Eddie.
Jared
Listen,
Anderson at the point in his career where he can't afford to miss a trick. This is a boxing scene. Say,
yeah.
Yeah, I had it right here. What I have it right here? Right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right here. You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about it yesterday. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Jared Anderson, he's had a lot of hype put behind him, and he has the pressure of the space on his back right now that's why he cried in front of Roy Jones Jr. in front of that interview, and he's feeling that pressure. He understands, bro. Everybody wants him and is expecting him to be the next big heavyweight champion of America.
He said he don't want to do this though. He said
he don't want to do it. He's feeling the pressure.
Yeah, he said he feel like he's forced to do this. He said he's just doing it to please other people.
Well, listen, bro. Turkey Al-Sheikh said, that's what they keep telling me about you. I need to find out. We're going to make you barbecue and mildew, bro. You're going to show and prove, or you're going to fade out. We're going to put you in front of Martin Bakole. And Martin Bacole's a guy, if you do your research on Martin Bakole, Martin Bacole's been sparring the Tyson Furies, the Anthony Joshuas, the Daniel Dubois. He's been giving all those dudes great work. And that's why
he lost to one person. He got one loss. And the person he lost to only got one loss.
He had an injury. Yeah, that's why he lost the fight. He didn't get legitimately stopped, and he was in that fight until the injury happened. So
who you say he lost to?
Michael Hunter.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Michael Hunter. And Michael Hunter only lost to Usyk.
Right. Michael Hunter, a beast.
He got 2 draws, though. He got 2 draws.
He a beast, man. Everybody know he's up and coming. Michael Hunter's an up and coming heavyweight fighter. You know what I'm saying? People know to stay away from Martin Bakole, bro. That's why he's I'm not saying they ducking him, but he's, like I said in the beginning of this show, of the stream right here, I said he's a high risk, low reward fighter. He's a fighter who will mess around and stop you. You know what I'm saying? And he has nothing to offer. He has no belts. He has no accolades. You know what I'm saying? He has nothing to offer you. So why would I fight him? Why would Daniel Dubois fight this guy? Why would Anthony Joshua fight this guy? Why would Zhilei Zhang fight this guy? Why would Ergovich fight this guy? Why would, you know what I mean? Why would any of these fighters, Anthony, why would they fight him? It's like, nah, bro.
And he's a big heavyweight, too. He a big heavyweight.
And he a big heavyweight with long arms who believes in his jab.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
something like that for sure. 6'6", I think he is. Yep, I think he's 6'6".
Yeah, he's 6'6". He's 6'6", but I don't think he beat Anthony Joshua. I don't think he beat Usyk. I don't think he beat Tyson Fury. You know, I think he's that tier 2 of heavyweights though. I think that tier 2, he'll do good on that tier with.
I don't know what he'll do, but I tell you this.
I think he might beat Zane.
He'll beat Jared. He'll beat Jared. I'm not saying he's gonna win, but he can beat Jared.
Tier 2 too. All them tier 2 to me. Zane like in between tier 1, tier 2. I don't know. He might beat Zane though because he's more active. Like,
so
you know,
him and Zane fighting to be like George Foreman fighting Larry Holmes, bro.
Who?
Yup.
Zane and Bacoli.
You said Zane?
Zane and Bacoli would be like George Foreman fighting Larry Holmes for real.
Exactly, I agree. It would be.
So who George Foreman? Who Larry Holmes?
Larry Holmes is Bacoli.
Right.
That's Mark Bacoli, bro.
See, Zane, you know, he's the least active fighter in boxing. He throw the least punches in boxing. I learned that through Zane.
Well, Zane tried to throw a lot of punches against Joseph Parker and blew his load. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
They put that stack up when he fought Wilder. So when he fought Wilder, they showed the top 4 least active boxers, like far as, you know, throwing punches. And Zane is number 1. Zane throw the least punches in a fight. And then Wilder.
Sport SI talking real talk right now in that chat room, bro.
Wilder 2nd, and Tank was 3rd.
So, Dub C, what I was stating earlier on this fight, maybe you maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. This is just a thought of mine. The way Jared Anderson, the keys to victory for Jared Anderson is to parry the jabs that's coming off Bacoli, because Bacoli throws them hard, sharp jabs. Get inside, hit him with a combos, right? Use his footwork to maneuver and pivot around, parry, catch, combo. I think he can do that the whole fight and wear him down. But like telling Clay, if he tries to pop in and out and take shots on that level, what he's going to do, he's going to get timed. And he's going to find out the hard way that this dude had a lot of power at the end of his jab and his streaks, and he's going to end up hurt. And I think he's going to win that. You see that picture? No, Anderson. But you see that picture right there? How his lip is turned? He looked like he just woke up from out. He's going to look just like that getting off the mat. Glasses and all.
You know what I like about Jared Anderson? He forgetting that he's in the heavyweight division. He be too close dropping his hands. He be dropping his hands. He be too close dropping his hands.
Yep.
And
about that.
Be getting hit. He be getting hit thinking he's too, like a person can't reach him. Like the fighter can't reach him. But he be too close.
He got bad habits. He got bad habits, man. He got bad habits that you're going to hope that. And we talked about this a little earlier as well. Did you watch the press conference?
I watched some of it. I had to run. I watched the beginning though with
Did you watch Jared Anderson speaking?
Nah, I didn't get to see Jared Pop.
Let me ask you this question, Dub, right? And I'm gonna tell you what Jared said, and you tell me what you think about it. Jared mentioned and told the crowd that he thought it was important for the crowd to understand that Sugar Hill wasn't his main coach, that his main coach was still his old coach, that Sugar Hill was just coaching him for this fight, and that Sugar Hill didn't change him, but just added things to what he already does. He's still Jared Anderson. What do you think about him saying something like that at the press conference?
That Sugar Hill didn't change. He's still Jared Anderson. What I think he mean by that?
Well, let me ask you this. Him saying that, right? Do you think that was necessary?
Did they say that? Did they tell him that the coach changed him?
Nah, listen, bro. He said, I lightweight want to pull it up and play it on here, but I know YouTube, it's a fight hype thing, and they'll strike me, and I'm monetized now, so I'm conscious of these things. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is Jared Anderson felt it was necessary to communicate to the boxing space that his coach is still his coach, and that Sugar Hill was a temporary solution, that Sugar Hill was just leading this campaign, and that Sugar Hill didn't change him, but just added to what was already there. For me, it felt like he was saying that me and Sugar Hill ain't it. That my experience with Sugar Hill during this training camp ain't it. That he's eager to get through this fight so he can get back to his coach back in Ohio or back in Jersey, wherever he's training at.
He need to not say anything along the lines of third person talk about Jared was Sugar Hill, because Jared only had to be Sugar Hill. Jared going back to old trainer. Jared didn't ask for this. I don't want to hear none of that, especially if he loses.
I mean, what I get from that though is him saying like, you know, he didn't take nothing away from what he been doing. He ain't do nothing but add to it. That's what I get from it. He's saying that, you know, he's still
2 cents.
Huh?
No, I'm just saying 2 cents said something. I said exactly. She said right here. She said I was already good. He just helped me a little bit.
Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah, I was all right. Like, my fight style was good. Like he didn't do nothing. I just added some stuff that he was saying, but I was already good.
Yeah, man. I mean, Nick J. I mean, I feel you, right?
Like that.
I like that. You gathered he didn't want to discredit his original coach, right? But okay, you don't want to discredit the original coach, but the original coach is not involved in this fight, right? And you have your coach right now in Sugar Hill. Did he discredit Sugar Hill by going into that by going into them statements? And how healthy and how much of a gelling team effort does that look like is there to discredit a highly accredited, decorated coach like Sugar Hill as far as the heavyweight division is concerned, as far as the success he's had with Tyson Fury, right? As far as that and his lineage, what he brings with Emmanuel Stewart as his uncle, and also underneath the advice of Turki Al-Sheikh, who's like, yo, I want you to work with this dude because I think this dude's going to be able to help you. And why would Turki Al-Sheikh want to help Jared Anderson? Because of what Dub said earlier, right? And because of what I said earlier, and because of what Ray said earlier. The man got holes in his games. He showed sloppiness, and defensively he's been irresponsible in other matches against lesser competition. He's been buckled. Things like that has happened, right? So that's why Turki wanted to bring in Sugar Hill. And what did Sugar Hill represent? At the end of the day, Sugar Hill represented what the other coach didn't represent. Right? Let's be honest. If I'm saying I want to bring in this other dude, what I'm saying is who you with is cool, but this is better. This is what you need to compete at
you don't feel like
wait, hold on. Salute 2 cents for putting some color on the channel. No doubt. Yeah, that's different, man. Respect to the channel. She got a whole eggplant in though. Yeah, no doubt, bro.
Hey, y'all don't feel like let me ask you something, Ray.
No, I think he's saying stop calling me she.
Oh,
hey,
no
Ray.
doubt, no doubt. 2 cents, my bad, brother. Hey, King, my bad, family. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
Y'all don't feel like
on the ring.
y'all don't feel like though.
No doubt.
Got like
What's up, Jay Ross?
That's what's up, bro.
What's
My
up?
bad,
Clay was talking.
Well, my bad. Salute 2 cents. My bad, King. Hey, man, my bad, bro. We got another 2 cents that comes into the building. 2 cents. She a female. Yeah, my apologies, bro. That's crazy, man. I ain't
he called that man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. My bad.
Y'all don't feel like though, man, that Turki Al-Sheikh y'all like overstepping his boundaries now. Like how you want? I understand. Like you basically trying to take over boxing, but how you want to tell this man that he need to use this coach, right? Like you don't bring nobody. You promoting.
I don't know if it was Turki that really told. This is just speculation.
No, Turki said it. I'll pull it up right now.
Oh, he did say it.
He said it.
But
But
he said
Turki, wait, hold on.
what?
Turki didn't say you have to. Turki didn't say you have to. What Turki said was, I want to be clear. Turki said, I think you're a great fighter, but I really want to see you. I really want to see you work with Sugar Hill. I want to see how that looks. That's why I went and grabbed him. But Turki gonna say whatever you want, bro.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Jared could just
Man,
Jared could
you
easily
know
be like,
what?
I'm good.
As
know
a
what?
fighter, that's a. I don't know. I
So
mean,
this is what happens in that situation. You can't bring your coach there for one reason because your other trainers are going to sit there. He probably feel some type of way. Number two, you should have your coach there because your coach knows you better than anybody, and he should be there to tell him your ins and outs and work with Sugar Hill on game plans and things of that nature, so that runs smoothly. And they have both actually have a plan together, so you're successful. It should not be. They hate me. I can't listen to people. Anyway, but yeah, that's a little weird, but I get it. I guess.
yeah. Why would you like ask, like bring somebody in my camp, right, and say we'll go good together? Like you, that's something that. First off, that's something that I should decide and my camp decide. Like, you are promoting.
Is it possible that there was something wrong with his trainer at the time and he didn't have nobody? He wanted him to be in the fight?
What happened is we got to remember who Turki Al-Sheikh is. We can't treat Turki Al-Sheikh like he's Eddie Hearn, like he's Oscar De La Hoya, like he's Frank Warren, like he's Al Heyman or Leonard Ellerbe or Bob Arum. He's not those guys. Turki Al-Sheikh is a rich, wealthy fan of boxing. We're talking about a guy who stood in front of Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. They were standing there together. He was in the middle, and he looked at Tyson Fury and he said, "You know, I need you to knock Francis Ngannou out." So this is the man who doesn't have that etiquette per se to just say to sit there and just be like, I'm not. He's going to say what's on his mind and how he feels. He's going to speak how he feels. So when he talks to Jared Anderson, what he's saying to Jared Anderson is, as a fan of boxing, I'm watching you fight. I think you have a lot of talent. I think you're a generational potential talent in the heavyweight division. I want to put some big opportunities in front of you so you can show the world who you are. But I got to be frank with you. I'm seeing holes in your game. I'm seeing you get hit with shots I don't think you need to get hit with. And I think Sugar Hill could help you with that. I would love to see what it look like under Sugar Hill's tutelage.
It's on the chat, bro. They got the answers for you right there. That's crazy.
Now imagine if he was did at the Tank though. Imagine if he go to Tank and tell Tank.
Tank could tell him to go kick rock. But what I'm saying is that's up to Jared Anderson to move accordingly. Let me tell you like this. I think it's significant that Jared Anderson coach chose to go stay in Newark, New Jersey, or wherever he's at, and didn't come along with Jared Anderson for this experience. Why would Jared Anderson's coach, the original coach, stay away from this fight? Because even if Sugar Hill's involved in this, there was nothing stopping Jared Anderson from having his coach be involved in this. I don't think it's far-fetched at all that Jared Anderson's coach was insulted by this whole movement, probably feels some kind of way of the way Jared Anderson received it. You ever have your homeboy be in a situation where he could put you in the right spot, but he don't move that way? He decided to leave you out, and you're looking at him weird. You're not looking at the guy who come from the outside who's like, yo, I want to do something. No, you're going to look at me like me and Ray. You're gonna look at me weird if I just move along and don't put you into a situation that I'm involved in. That guy, whoever's from the outside, can say whatever they want to say, right? They can say whatever they want to say. It's a free country, but it's up to me to draw the lines and make the, you know what I'm saying, make the structure on what things is going to happen and what things is not going to happen. So at the end of the day, if Jared Anderson has all this love for his coach and respect for his coach, he should have put the coach and got him involved in this process. However it went down today at the press conference, Jared Anderson was looking at Sugar Hill and talking about his coaches back home, but he felt like now in the ninth inning, before the beginning of the big game, let me shout out my coach and let everybody know.
Anderson was looking at Sugar Hill,
let everybody know,
and talking about.
let everybody know. Let me shout out my coach and let everybody know. Mic check.
I don't know what that is.
That was me.
Huh?
Mic check. That was me, but I think I was coming in well connected.
That was me.
Yeah, he's playing so.
That was. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Good. You were good. It was
that's well connected. That's well.
You muted my mic.
Mic check.
That
Mic check.
My mic was muted.
good. It was
No, I just muted because I was checking something.
My mic was muted.
Mic check.
Good. It
Dub,
was,
your connection's bad, Dub.
I think he was playing something in the background.
Your connection's bad, Dub.
I think he was playing.
Nah,
Mike,
I muted my mic when he was talking, and then he muted. He
Oh.
unmuted and muted again.
Watching probably different things and it's picking up on something in the background.
Yeah, you got something playing in the background?
Things and it's picking up on something in the background.
Yeah. Dub,
You got something playing in the background?
No, Dub, y'all, something's messed up on your mic. You got a bad connection. Because I got you muted right now. We're not hearing it. Go ahead, talk, Ray.
Go ahead, talk, Ray.
Yeah, exactly. It's you, Dub. You might want to come out and come back in. Your connection's bad. You know what I mean?
Are you here now?
Huh?
You know that's my wife. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You got
wife. Yeah, for sure.
Are you watching this show and something else?
Yeah, he had to do that. That was the best thing he could have done.
Watch it somewhere else. Like it's like if I put because YouTube is a little behind our live.
Yeah. I mean, we about to close it up anyway. It's about that time. On longer than I wanted to be on. We've been on for about 2 hours. Yeah.
9 o'clock for that time frame, but it's okay. We're at 9:30.
It's definitely about that time. But look, at the end of the day, going into the fight, going into this weekend, I'm looking forward to see all these guys compete. Jared Anderson is who we're looking at. I mean, he's a heavyweight. He's a representative of American heavyweight boxing right now. He's a guy at the front. Let's see if he's going to be true. If he's going to do what everybody expects him to do. Let's see if he's going to be able to get over past any adversities that he has, and be able to perform and work well with Sugar Hill. If he loses his fight, is it going to be Sugar Hill's fault? I don't know. We'll talk about that after the fight, right? We'll see what happens and see kind of success he has. Maybe because of the way the fight goes, he decides that he wants to stay with Sugar Hill. Maybe Sugar Hill makes that big of a difference with him. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be looking to see, obviously, Terrence Crawford meet the challenge and go up to 154 and be a dominant force like he was at 147. Keeping in mind, of course, even though he's going to say that that's not what this is for, this is a precursor to the fight between him and Canelo Alvarez. He's trying to sell the idea of him and Canelo Alvarez having a fight. So he needs to have a dominant performance in this fight if he's going to even and still might not get him the fight, but he still needs to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got everything back in the building. It looks like, Ray, you switched up your situation. I guess.
Freaking Flyer hacked my computer again.
Yeah. And what?
On me right now.
Up in the whip. On the highway.
Y'all still there?
Yeah. It's reverb. It's backwards.
I just go. I'm gonna go in the chat. Damn. I'm gonna wait till I stop. I go in the chat.
No, we about to go anyway. Bro. No.
Right.
I gotta get ready. I got what I gotta do tomorrow. But I'll be phone up, Doug, for sure, man. We'll be here Saturday night. For the fight. Obviously, we're gonna have the crazy after party where we're gonna build on it. We also gonna go up Sunday as well. Well, I think I might be on by myself on that one. Let's raise that. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But
you said the morning, right? Yeah, I'll be at my game.
Right.
But I might be able to do it. You might just catch me in my uniform and hitting dingers, dog. Pause. Hitting on runs.
Nah, it's gonna be probably in the afternoon, evening.
Oh, I'll definitely be home. I'll be home.
All right, so we'll make it happen. Salute to all you guys, man. I appreciate you guys showing up tonight as usual. Thank you for all the support, all the love. Shout out to 2 Cents, the new the new king in the building, one of the new brothers we got in the building. Salute the 2 Cents in the building. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be interesting when the other 2 Cents comes out.
When they're both in the building,
yeah,
that's gonna be crazy. Right.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to see them both in the building at the same time. Shout out to everybody. Champ Raj, J Cash and Money Man. Shout out to Mrs. Rain, the wifey for lifey. Shout out to Teach. Shout out to CJ Esperon in the building. Shout out to Ross Cloud. He contributed to the conversation today. Shout out to anybody who put color in the chat today. Ryan Frazier, thank you for the memberships you passed out there. Ray Davis passing out the membership. Shout out to Sport SI. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you've done so. Go ahead, hit the like buttons before you leave as well. And on that note, unless Ray, you want to say something?
Bro, I think we out. Oh, you know what? You know what? Something we didn't touch on. If you want to do it real quick or not.
Let's do it.
The
Let's do it.
The Olympic boxing with the transgender boxer, bro. That is pissing me off.
So research is coming out saying that this dude is not a transgender. That this dude is born a female with some sort of testosterone issue. Clarissa Shields put something out on Twitter, basically saying that this dude was born a woman. This dude is not a dude. That, you know what I mean? He got some kind of testosterone thing going on. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro. I was like, bro, this is just bad.
I gotta look deeper into it, but you know those topics are sensitive topics. Obviously, today in the world we live in the space, it's kind of hard to speak on it without crossing some lines. I mean, look, the way I feel about it is the way I feel about it. As far as I don't agree with it, I don't see why you would put dudes in a situation where
women, right?
You know what I'm saying? Izzy Roscott? I don't know. I'm just going by what Clarissa Shields put up. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going on with that situation. This dude is not a dude. I don't know. I don't know.
Bro. That's what I said. This gonna go on for another half hour. We can do it. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it before the pre-show and the pre-show.
Yeah,
for the fight.
When we talk
because it's interesting. It's an interesting conversation, bro. It's crazy though. What's going on?
Yeah,
I think they stopped it though. I think he's not allowed to fight no more. They took him out to fight.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they said that they're done with
That's
them.
crazy to have a dude. It's complicated, but it's not a transgender issue. Yeah, Nick. See, Nick got a bit more of a hold on the story of what it really is. It's a situation where I think he has some XY chromosomes and some testosterone things going on. Like he was born kind of like she was born, kind of like, you know what I mean?
She was born he, but she.
But he ain't had the pistol, and he ain't had the pistol. He wasn't born with the pistol. He just kind of like real. You remember that Olympic that track star that from Jamaica, who was like very hairy, very like, yeah, someplace in Africa. What country he represented? It was some place in Africa. Yeah, they have that going on out there. I don't have the information. I don't want to talk on this situation from an uneducated place.
Yeah.
Quickly people will start, you know what I mean? You know how that
let's keep it simple, bro. I ain't want to drag us. I didn't want to turn it to another half hour debate. Question, sorry, not a debate, but a little conversation. I just wanted to know your thoughts on it.
Nikki J says it's not a dude, but Nikki, are they allowing her to still compete in the game in boxing? Are they still allowing that, or is she checking too many boxes to make it fair? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is she checking enough male attribute factors to where it's not fair to have her competing with females? Yeah, Cassius Semenya. Nick, is that the track star from Jamaica? Or from the island somewhere? Nick, see, if you was really about that life, you'd be asking for the link so you can come up here and educate us. That's what you'd be doing. But we already know, you know what I mean? You're really about that life. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You would do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to accuse you of being real or nothing, or accuse you of being, you know what I mean? I don't know if you want to step up here, you know what I mean, and kind of like let the community know.
Let them know.
I'm messing with you, Nick. Don't come up here and cuss me out. I'm just playing. If you're gonna come up here to explain, but don't come up here and cuss me out, man. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh no, that's her homegirl. She gonna hold it tight. She a Christian boy. She gonna hold it back. She gonna hold back. But if she got Bakhtiari, hold on.
There you go.
My bad. If she got Bakhtiari with her, then you got a problem.
Yeah, she said yes. That's her, the Jamaican girl, the track star, right? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I guess as long as the testosterone levels are in check, she's allowed. But I don't think they're in check. J Pitt, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think they're in check. I don't think the testosterone is in check. You know what I'm saying? Okay, no doubt, Nick. No doubt. But man, I appreciate you guys showing up in the chat. Thank you for showing love. Thank you for popping up and, you know what I mean, allowing us to spit our venom, spit our nonsense. We're gonna see you guys Saturday night at this fight, man. This is gonna be probably the biggest fight of the biggest card of the year. Not fight, biggest card of the year, in my opinion. Hopefully, it meets, you know what I mean, the expectations. You know what I mean? Anything you want to say, Ray?
No, that's it. I think you had a great conversation today, and I think everything worked out, man. It's dope. Great content. Can't wait for the fights to come up. I hope to see everybody Saturday. I will be checking out Nick J and Boxiana tomorrow. They come on Central Standard Time, so please be careful. She'll post it on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure you'll catch it on YouTube. So I'll be up in there. Please give them a follow. Give Boxing One Sports, right? Pro Boxing Sports. All right, I'll get it right, Edwin, but give Edwin a follow.
Round One Sports Talk.
Okay, give him a follow. Thank you. Appreciate that. And Ryan also from up north, give him a
For
follow.
sure, Ryan Frazier, for sure.
We got a lot of content creators in the building. Show some respect to them, give them some love. Please go follow Frequency Flyer Frequency, and go like his Ostarine flavor
His
video, his hit single. He did all original music, and the bars was on his own.
No doubt. Salute to all you guys, man. Appreciate you guys.
I might just pull up a foreign. Watch out, the engine is roaring.